No sunlight, so cold, sleep is nice. So tired, my eyes fight, they just wanna close back up tight. Get up, hoodie on, hard work at the crack of dawn. This life ain't for the weak ones, no, this life pure only for the strong. Feeling slow, shake it off, don't got time for negative thoughts. Red sight, got the dot, shoot my shot, I want the top. Never lost, got my plot, know my story, I know my boss. I will fight against the clock, time's a limited gift from God. One day I will have my victory, crush all my enemies so viciously. Work so hard my hands are blistering, and they will carve my name in history.
What is up, There we go. Yes. What is up, everybody? This is Nick Fiore of FioriousNation here on YouTube with yours truly, Nick Fiore of FioriousNation. On my right, Adam Carl, two hosts of the Forbidden Podcast. And sorry, this is very echoey right here. My webcam has been acting very just off the past day. I don't know what the hell's wrong with it, but planning on getting it fixed after the stream. Adam Carl, I'm gonna leave the floor here to you while I fix any echoing here. Adam Carl, how are we doing today, bro?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling well. Obviously, it's another Friday episode since we didn't do Thursday one yesterday. But we're rocking and rolling, and it should be a very exciting episode. Yours?
Absolutely.
So much stuff we got to talk about. There's so many big topics.
Yes, we got Backlash 2026 preview predictions. We got New Day talk. Apparently they're gone from WWE with some more WWE releases. Hopefully that's the end of that for now. I know it's not going to be the last of them, but hopefully none anymore anytime soon. But we'll see. So we'll go over the New Day. And apparently WWE talent told to take 50% pay cuts. We're going to give our opinions on that. Also, talk about Warner Brothers and AEW. Apparently, them with Paramount or what have you. We'll go over that as well. But first, before we begin everything here, talk about on the channel, including Backlash preview predictions, we would like to give something that I think is absolutely necessary, a 10-bell salute for this man, this legend who recently passed away 2 days ago on Wednesday. A big legend in the cable industry with CNN and Warner Brothers Discovery, especially with TNT and TBS. Rest in peace, Ted Turner. So right now is a 10-bell salute for where's the thing here? Or a 10-second salute for Ted Turner. Well, Ted Turner, I will say, though, just very sad that he passed away. A legend in the cable industry. He's the guy that, if you ask me, without him, there's no WCW, there's no WCW, there's no NWO, and there's no AEW.
There's
So,
no reward.
man's a legend. There will never be another. Adam Carl, I'm going to leave the floor here for you with this, with Ted Turner.
It's absolutely sad. I mean, it's not good at all when we lose somebody. This is a loss. It's so heartbreaking on many levels. Like this is we're not just talking about an individual. We're talking about a legend, a pioneer, and it's not just in wrestling. Obviously, he was an important figure in wrestling history, but it's not just that. He was an important figure in multiple industries. Television, cable television. He was the guy that innovated 24-hour cable news.
Yeah.
He put city of Atlanta on the map.
Yep, and he is a Georgian.
Braves. I think he led the Atlanta Braves during their golden years. They won multiple championships.
Yep, and I believe the Atlanta Braves, even on X, tweeted something to give their condolences to Ted Turner.
Yeah. He also started TNT and TBS.
Yep.
WCW. He also created Cartoon Network.
Yeah. Yep. That's correct.
Yeah. Yeah. And he was the only man that took the fight to Vince McMahon and actually beat Vince McMahon for a while there. 83 weeks in the ratings.
Yep. During the Monday Night Wars.
Yeah, he was an influential figure. He was successful in so many areas, in so many industries, and his impact, it cannot be understated.
No, absolutely not.
It cannot be understated just how important he was, and the impact that he's left behind. And many years later, professional wrestling, is now on TNT and TBS once again, obviously with a different owner, with a different company. And we just had a 7-minute segment. They dedicated a promo. They had Tony Schiavone and Sting dedicating, talking about their time under Turner. They did a $10 salute for him. It was nice to see. So with Ted Turner, a legend in many ways. Here, he will be missed. He changed the game for the better. Not just in wrestling, but in television in general. He will be missed.
Yeah. There will never be another. And like I said, without him, there is no WCW, there's no NWO. And then like you said, Adam Carl, 83 weeks in the ratings, Monday night ratings, that WCW absolutely destroyed WWF and Vince McMahon in the Monday ratings. And then all of a sudden, Vince McMahon introduced the Attitude Era, and then the rest was history.
Also, there's another fact that Vince McMahon, he was so heated of Turner. He had such disdain that he even had Billionaire Ted on Monday Night Raw. You remember? Yeah, Billionaire Ted, the huckster, the Nacho Man. Those skits on Raw. It's like Vince was like an obsessive girlfriend.
Yeah.
Ted Turner lived rent-free in his head.
But yeah,
but
there will never be
also another thing with Turner. There's another thing. He was 87 years old.
Yeah. He was born in 1938. He's actually the same year my grandma was born, 1938. 87 years old.
Yeah.
So I mean, at least he lived a good long life.
Yeah, that's a long life. He got to witness many things. Yeah, he got to do many things. Yeah, that's a long life. Someone that rarely does anybody can reach 80. Rarely anybody does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you think of so many of his peers as well, somebody that worked under him, especially in WCW, they didn't even come close to 80 years old.
No, like they died like around 70 before. Like, I mean, if 80 be like 80 years old.
Yeah.
But most don't even hit 80, like you said. It's sad nowadays. Like even like mid 70s, which is not old.
Yeah. Gosh, now that I thought about it, just
just thinking about this now, we lost in just 1 year. We lost Hulk Hogan and Ted Turner in just a year.
Yeah.
It's unthinkable to think of. It's just sad. That's very sad.
But rest in peace, Ted Turner. There will never be another, and sending my thoughts, my love, and condolences to the entire Turner family and everybody who loved Ted Turner so much.
Everybody that worked for him, his family, his friends, everybody that worked for him in WCW, guys like Sting, guys like Shivani, Ric Flair, Eric Bischoff. He was just on Ariel Helwani's show, and he talked about Turner. I think AEW showed a tweet of Bischoff during Dynamite, paying homage to Turner.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, but sending my prayers to everybody, that was close to Turner, who loved working for him, who he changed the lives of for the better. I'm sending my prayers to all of them. And I'm hoping that they have a good supporting system.
Yeah. Now, Ricky of the People's Wrestling Channel. What's up, Ricky? He says, hey, how come you're on a different camera neck? Well, unfortunately, Ricky, and as you can hear all this echoing, my original camera, my webcam camera, is not working right now. And there's been a problem with it the past day. And after this stream, I plan on taking it to like Best Buy to get it like checked out because something is wrong with it. I don't know what it is, but something feels off with it. So you hear the constant echoing in here. I apologize for that. Even trying to check into the settings on my phone and on the computer here as we speak to try and get rid of the echoing, but not having much luck so far. So I apologize on that, Ricky. So hopefully this doesn't happen again in the next episode for next week, which will be Thursday, May the 14th. It'll be back to Thursdays next week for episode 25. Can you believe that, bro? 25 episodes. But that's that for that. He says a lot of technical difficulties on your end. Yeah, like I said, which is why I'm here on my phone for today's episode. So I really apologize on that, ladies and gentlemen, and Ricky, for this. This is like this never happened before, and like I said, something's wrong with my camera. And after the live stream here, I'm taking it right to Best Buy, take like the Geek Squad, and get it checked out. Hopefully nothing too bad. Though I've had this webcam for like 5 years. I'm not sure if I may have to get a new one, but we'll see what happens. So, hoping for the best. And there's Indian Kachua. Is this Indigo? I don't know if this is. I don't think it's Indigo now. I think it says, hey, what is the content here? Well, this is pro wrestling content. So. Anyways, moving on here from Ted Turner. Might as well stick with the AEW talk. Also, other AEW news. Bro, I think you heard of this the other day and seen this the other day. Actually, about a week ago. AEW wrestler, Rebel, unfortunately diagnosed with ALS. And this right here, bro, is heartbreaking. I have to say, when I seen this tweet and just how devastated she was, it hits you hard with the ALS and only have a certain amount of time left to live. And it's a shame. Oh, hold on, before, see. Ricky says you should be able to sort out the echo and StreamYard settings. Let's see. What would it be from the phone end or the laptop end? Let me know, Ricky. Hold on. Adam Carl, while I'm fixing these problems, Adam Carl, I'm giving the floor to you regarding Rebel. And this is heartbreaking for Rebel with the ALS.
It's just, my heart breaks on it as well. It's a very sad situation. And this was right after, I think this was right after she had lung cancer.
Yeah.
This was after she had lung cancer, and now she has terminal ALS. Just talk about a 1-2 punch to the gut.
Yeah. And the woman only has doesn't have much time left to live.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Unfortunately, as I learned of terminal ALS, unfortunately, if you have it, you only have 2 or 5 years to live.
Damn.
So unfortunately, she doesn't have much time left. Sucks. She's only 47.
And that's not old at all.
And that's what makes it even tragic. She's only 47. Yeah, that's too young.
Yeah, and you just see that their eyes and the look on her face, like she was just so defeated. I feel bad. I feel horrible for Rebel.
Yeah. Just
And I mean, in some wrestlers we can love them, we can hate them, but you know what? At the end of the day, they're there no matter where they are, whether it's WWE, AEW, they're there in any company that they're at, and they're there to put a smile on all of our faces, to entertain us all over the world, to put on a show that we can be proud of. And, the characters is much different from the person. Like, the person, like, to hate on the person is never okay. I mean, you can criticize the character on TV, but the person, like, that's something that can never be criticized. It's almost as, it's like, now, I don't know if I should compare this to Roman Reigns when he was the big dog in 2018, and then he got diagnosed once again with leukemia. Remember that?
Yeah. That was heartbreaking too. That was a heartbreaking segment too.
It's a shame.
It's unfortunate what has happened to this woman. Just, you have cancer. First she gets cancer, and now she has terminal ALS.
Yeah.
Like, it's horrible.
Yeah. And sorry, guys, with the hold on. Let me see here. How about now? Shoot.
What's going on with it?
Something's going on.
Okay. Nope. On your phone. Set the mic to speakerphone. Oh, Ricky says set the mic to speakerphone. On my phone. It's, when I go to the mic settings, it says iPhone microphone. Doesn't say, like, speaker. I would also put your phone landscape if you can. Being so close to the mic can cause echo. Oh, okay. Let me try that. Landscape. How do I go to landscape here? Landscape. Let me see. Nope, that's not the one. Shoot. Landscape. How do you do landscape on here? Damn it. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. This is, like, ridiculous, this thing. Landscape. Do I do banners? How do I do this? Banners? What the hell? This is not working. I'm really sorry, guys. This is not working at all. Adam Carl, I'm gonna give you the floor here with this.
Okay. Give it your time, bro.
Not have. Okay. No.
Let's continue if you're able to.
Yeah, let's continue. Yeah. So Rebel, my heart goes out to her, and I'm sending my love towards her all the way. Other AEW news. I think you may have heard about Aleister Black. Apparently, he's in AEW negotiations.
Apparently he was, but then it was denied by our good old buddy Sappy Boy.
Oh man. So Dave Meltzer apparently reported that Aleister Black was reportedly in contract negotiations with AEW. And it's so funny because Meltzer can be full of shit at times. He's a mixed bag. And so is Sappy Boy. And Sappy Boy, Sean Ross Sapp, has to call Meltzer out and say, no, that's completely false. You can't make this up, bro.
You can't make this
And correct me if I'm wrong, bro. Doesn't Aleister have a 90-day no-compete?
Yeah.
He
He has a
can't
90
even
day
talk to
non-compete.
anybody until the 90 days is up. Otherwise, it's contract tampering.
Exactly.
Imagine had Aleister signed with AEW now. Remember when Andrade left WWE late last year? Then he shows up on Dynamite again. Then he got taken off because WWE sent cease and desist to AEW.
It's so terrible. That was so laughable. Apparently, the AEW legal team did not know that Andrade was on a 90-day non-compete.
Imagine, but I think Aleister does have 90-day no-compete because it's main roster, and if you're a main roster talent released, it's a 90-day no-compete, whereas if an NXT talent, it's 30-day no-compete.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Aleister, yeah, contract negotiations with AEW, yeah, just rumors. I mean, could he go to AEW? Probably. But I think his best bet when he's a free agent, I'd say he goes to TNA, to be honest. Especially if they're losing Mike Santana this summer to WWE. Because if you think about it, Mike Santana, if he's WWE bound this July in the summer, TNA's going to need that big star to fill that role. I think Aleister Black would fit the role perfectly. What are your thoughts on that, man? And I'm going to give the floor to you for that.
Yeah. He's on a 90-day non-compete. And besides, like, his last run in AEW was like, it was not good. He didn't do anything with him.
Yeah.
I still don't get why he was fired from WWE when he was basically in the middle of a push and was planned to be in the main event of WrestleMania.
I know Triple H was the one that made the call, but it's like he originally wanted Aleister and the Randy Cody stuff at WrestleMania. But no, Ari Emanuel said, fuck Aleister Black, we need Pat McAfee. And is Ari going to blame himself? No. The whole situation fucking sucks, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you said, the second year in a row, or third year in a row, the main event of WrestleMania, involving a fucking celebrity.
Terrible.
We have The Rock in WrestleMania 40 where he tried to throw his weight around and then it backfired. And then he had to listen to the fans because his ego got bruised. Then last year, WrestleMania 41, Travis Scott.
Oh.
Yeah, Travis Scott. I mean, never heard or seen from him again after that.
Yeah.
And then this year, Pat McAfee.
Yeah, this year,
man.
terrible.
Yeah. And then now McAfee is gone. And Art Emanuel is so bad, like Vince, that Pat McAfee, like he was so beloved, and Ari made McAfee so hated for every single wrong reason, to the point where nobody wants anything to do with him anymore in wrestling. And you can thank Ari Emanuel for that crap. The whole situation is all fucking terrible. And now they're trying to do Cody and Randy again. And now Randy Orton may be hurt. And now we may get Cody Rhodes and Gunther. After we saw on SmackDown last Friday. You know? Thoughts on that real quick.
Yeah, like this whole situation with Black, it's so confusing. Honestly, his best bet, his best role right now, where do I think he lands? I think he lands up in TNA.
Yeah, I think that's the better spot compared to AEW.
They need as much stars in there. They need
right.
talent.
And honestly, Aleister's a guy to me who should have never been cut in the first place. Like I feel like he was never given the chance, and he was about to be a main event guy in WWE. Then he got released. I feel like in TNA he can really, like, if his goal is to get back to WWE, I would say TNA is the better bet. If I'm being completely honest, if he goes to AEW, he's not gonna do much of anything there. Yeah, he'll be like hot for like a couple weeks, and then he'll feel just like everyone else, and Aleister's worth so much more than that. So, I would say TNA is the way to go with him, and his wife Selena, they're with him in TNA too. Plus, Selena's no stranger to the Knockouts division. I think it makes sense for Aleister and Selena to go to TNA as soon as their 90-day no-competes are up. And I'm sure, bro, you feel the same way. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. But yeah, moving on from Aleister Black, I do want to talk about this really quick. Warner Brothers Discovery. It looks like it's probably being sold. Now, there was a tweet from John McMullen. He's with the Philadelphia Eagles, like Eagles fan, but Adam Carl, I remember you telling me about a tweet the other day from John McMullen. Apparently, Warner Brothers might get bought out by Paramount. Adam Carl.
Yeah, so this has been a big story for the last couple of days, and John Mullen, the NFL reporter, he reported about AEW's TV deal. He says that, and contrary to popular belief, no, AEW is not canceled by Warner. They weren't told that they'll be canceled. They've been given a heads up that that they may get bought out. Warner, that is, get bought out by Paramount, and once their deal comes up, they'll have to negotiate with Paramount 12-16 months negotiations or another partner to land a television deal. So this is what the article is said. What the article said, and we're gonna discuss it, paragraph to paragraph. Editor's note: this is an updated version of the story, with denials from both AEW and Warner Bros. Discovery that any pre-sale information was provided to the wrestling company. Both AEW and Warner Bros. Discovery have refuted multiple industry sources that claim that Warner Bros. Discovery informed Tony Khan and AEW in the summer of 2025 that the plan was for WBD to be sold and others will be making decisions on further programming. AEW, the second largest wrestling promotion in the United States and challenger brand to the industry heavyweight WWE, is currently in the midst of a 3-year deal valued at between 170 to 185 million annually, including in-kind benefits. The agreement also included a 2028 option year that Warner Brothers Discovery could have exercised. The idea by sources outside of AEW that WBD CEO David Zaslav personally informed Khan that a sale was vehemently denied, with the explanation that no showrunners was informed, including Khan. Well, let's stop there. AEW they have they're on a 185 million dollar deal that they re-signed with Warner in 2024, and they have an option year for 2028. So, I think they were informed that somebody informed that they wouldn't be renewed, but that was been denied. I mean, of course it was denied. They're in the middle of negotiations. They're in the middle of their contract, and they'll be negotiating, in a few months from now. So of course they would deny it.
Yeah, you had Sean Ross Sapp deny it, which, I believe they are probably sold to Paramount. So why is Sapp even on here on social media saying that? No, this is not true. And how bad do you have to be? Imagine being Sapp and you're being called out on this too.
Yeah, let's continue with the article. As happens in professional wrestling, the news was initially misunderstood, in part because the first prominent report came from high-powered industry agent Nick Lupiccolo, a vocal critic of Khan. In wrestling's highly tribal fan environment, the development was widely interpreted as a major blow to AEW. In reality, it was not inherently negative. The idea outside the company was that an early curiosity heads-up from a business partner, giving AEW time to prepare contingency plans ahead of decisions that will be made by a new ownership. In other words, WBD won't be making decisions on AEW programming in the future, which is nothing more than common sense. There was no pushback on that sentiment, but there was also no heads up to Khan per the WBD side, something that would be against SEC filings, SEC rules. Let's stop there.
Yeah. And I think JD from NY206, shout out to him by the way, he on May 3rd said, he quote tweeted John McMullen's tweet, "Why isn't this being reported or picked up on by wrestling media outlets? Seems like a pretty big fucking deal."
Yeah, so there was no pushback on the sentiment, but there was no heads up for Warner Brothers side to Khan.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it will be as it gets SEC rules, I guess, because they're still in the middle of a deal.
Yeah.
It's like they have time to negotiate. Like, there's not a problem, giving somebody a heads up, especially if something big is gonna happen within a few months. And I think Tony has talked about Paramount and Warner Brothers and all that in an interview a while back.
Yeah.
So he wasn't being negative. I think the initial article, he wasn't being negative. I guess he didn't get a word out from Tony or the network. That's why he had to update it.
Mm-hmm.
Continue on.
Now, I think they get sold, but their current deal with Warner Brothers, whenever that runs out, I think that's when they get sold to Paramount. Now, like Adam Carl said, they're not getting canceled. I would say whatever Paramount platform channels they get moved to Paramount, or for the time being before Paramount, maybe they get moved to YouTube temporarily, like they did with NXT for the PLEs in like April 4th for Stand and Deliver, something like that.
Yeah. So to continue with this article, on February 27th, 2026, Paramount's Skydance and WBD entered into a definitive merger agreement under which Paramount will acquire Warner Brothers Discovery in an all-cash deal at $31 per share, valuing the transaction at approximately $110.9 billion. Warner Brothers Discovery shareholders overwhelmingly approved of the deal on April 23rd of the same year. It is expected to close in the third quarter of 2026. pending regularity approval. AEW will have roughly 12 to 16 months to secure a new television deal with either Paramount, Skydance, or elsewhere. Paramount, though, already has significant business ties to WWE's parent company, TKO Group Holdings, through the UFC and a major billion-dollar television rights agreement, which could complicate renewal talks. In theory, the worst-case scenario is that the new owners could also choose to buy out the remainder of AEW's current deal and remove the programming from their platforms entirely, but that's very unlikely. Sources close to Khan claim that he has told associates that AEW is prepared to move to YouTube if needed, presumably as a temporary placeholder while seeking a new partner. However, one source indicated Khan believes that he could potentially strike a comparable deal to his current one with Google/YouTube TV, which has invested heavily in the NFL, but has been relatively quiet on border sports and sports entertainment content. The company also rushed the launch of My AEW app on March 9th as an in-house streaming option and additional distribution safeguard under the guise of international issues in the wake of Thriller significance financial issues. Publicly, Khan has continued to project stability and business as usual to maintain internal morale and reassure AEW's loyal fan base, often speaking of a strong relationship with Paramount chief David Ellison, with the goal of continuing to work with the new ownership. Outside of AEW, the belief is that the company is operating as if it will need a new linear of streaming television deal. Inside, the idea is to leverage the Khan family's power within the NFL and their prior relationship with Ellison to gain an extension. There is no contractual reason why Paramount could not carry both UFC and AEW, as there is no TKO exclusivity. To further context about the ever-changing rights fee landscape, even WWE, who combined TV and streaming deals exceed $1 billion annually, recently lost premium live event coverage for its developmental brand NXT and used YouTube as a short-term placeholder before finalizing an expanded deal with the CW this week that includes linear television broadcasts and streaming content. Sorry if I spelled it wrong, on ESPN Unlimited. End of the article.
So this tells me this is a pretty big deal, if you ask me.
Yeah, so what I find interesting though about the article is that that John McMullen said that there is no TKO exclusivity when it comes to contract between Paramount and Warner Brothers if they do buy it. So if Paramount wants to, if they want a wrestling program and there's no exclusivity, there will be no issues with AEW being on Paramount if Khan is able to get a deal with Paramount to get AEW programming from TNT, TBS onto Paramount. And Khan has often spoken about how he has a good relationship with Paramount chief David Ellison.
Yeah. So, and then you mentioned also, bro, TKO having no involvement, though they have Paramount with UFC. TKO having no involvement, you get a double thumbs up for me.
Yeah.
Could you imagine TKO having WWE, UFC, and AEW? I don't think they could do all three.
Yeah. I mean, it's like when Tony Khan put a bid to buy WWE in 2023.
And there's people out there that thought, oh, Tony Khan could have bought WWE 3 years ago in 2023. Tony Khan could have owned all wrestling.
Oh my god, that would have been the worst thing happen.
Like,
it's
you
not
know
like
how
TKO
it's like
doing
Monopoly
better.
in wrestling?
It's not like TKO are doing anything better.
No, far from it.
Yeah, but come on. Tony Khan owning WWE and AEW at the same time.
Come on.
That would be a terrible thing for the industry.
Like, you talk about monopolizing the pro wrestling industry. Right there.
Like, he already has AEW. He already has Ring of Honor. He owns the Jaguars with his father. He owns Fulham. And now he has to, and now he'll own and then he has to own WWE. Like he has wearing too many hats. I don't think he would even take a day of sleep.
Yeah, I don't think he sleeps, but it's like, I mean, he'd be having the need to be on the coffee thing all the time.
Literally. My God.
It's insane. And Vince McMahon, by the way, would have never sold it to Tony Khan anyway.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
That was never gonna happen.
Like, you think Vince McMahon knows who the hell a Tony Khan is?
No.
But
He doesn't even know who. I don't even think he knows who Shad Khan is, let alone Tony.
But with AEW going to Paramount, and TKO having no involvement, hey, listen, you get double thumbs up approval from me. TKO has nothing to do with it. I think we're good.
Yeah. If there's no exclusivity, then and if Paramount wants AEW, and AEW can make a deal with them, hey, it's no issue. I'll be fine with it.
Though I wonder if Tony would be feeling comfortable if they're with Paramount, with where TKO is, and they promote WWE and UFC. I wonder if Tony would be willing to promote WWE UFC on his end, and then vice versa. Imagine.
That would be funny. I could already picture a meeting between Paramount and Tony coming up. Hey, Tony, we got a big UFC fight. You got to promote on Dynamite.
My God, but I think with
we are useless. There's no space for you on Dynamite. We got a UFC fight to promote.
Oh my God. Oh my
no,
God.
Danny Garcia, you go to catering.
Yeah.
I
heard they have really good Italian club sandwiches over in catering, Mr. Garcia.
Yeah, we got a big UFC championship match. We have to promote on Dynamite.
Yeah.
Or there's a commercial break during a match.
Oh my God.
You know, and then Tony Schiavone or Excalibur saying, we're gonna go to commercial break. And we'll be right back after 3 minutes. And then there's a hype for a big UFC event.
Stay tuned, everybody. We'll be right back after this commercial break for this exciting match here on AEW Dynamite. Don't go anywhere. Do my Tony Schiavone.
Sorry, Ricochet. We have no time for you, and we have no time for the not so demand.
How did I know you were going to say not so demand and not demand?
Yeah, you got to be making cheesecakes and burgers in catering. Well, we need time for advertisements for UFC on Collision.
Wait a minute, bro. Does Ricochet Trevorman make good garlic fries in AEW catering, bro?
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe,
who knows? It could be.
Yoda knows how to flip a burger.
But how did I know you were going to say the not so demand instead of the demand? Because they demand.
Because who's demanding for them to be on television?
Yeah. Bishop Khan, Toa Leone, Ricochet, and his god-awful promos. We had to listen to him on Wednesday, cut a promo on Jericho, which was so god-awful. It's like I had to mute the television. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, all seriousness, this Paramount deal, I think this is a pretty good deal here. I don't think it's that bad as some may think it may be.
Yeah, and AEW, he also said, John McMullen, that they'll have 12 to 16 months to try to secure a new TV deal. I think it's a long time. I think that's a fair enough time for, you try to get a television deal if they do end up not on Warner anymore, whether they end up on Paramount or somewhere. So hey, this doesn't look bad, and hoping for the best for them.
Yeah. And Ricky in the chat says, does your phone not have auto rotate? Sorry. I did try that, still nothing, still working on it. That he says I promoted this podcast on mine. Thank you, Ricky. And again, I know I've said this like a broken record. This has never happened before with this echoing in the camera issue. But I mean, just bear with us, doing the best of what we're given. So we apologize for this, and hopefully it doesn't happen again. So sorry for any inconvenience, and thank you for the patience. But moving on here, let's see. I think that's all the AEW talk. Oh, I do want to touch base on this. Your good old favorite, Adam Carl. Raja Jackson expected to serve 90 days in prison for the attempted murder on indie wrestler Psycho Stu. And also Raja, he pleaded no contest to the felony battery charge as well. First of all, before I give the floor to you, Raja, before I give the floor to you, Adam Carl, no, fuck Raja Jackson, by the way. Fuck Raja Jackson.
90 days. 90 days. This man attempted murder in front of everybody. It was shown on camera for the world to see. And he gets 90 days?
Dude, he should be in jail for life.
Literally, he should be in jail until the day he dies.
Yeah, 90 days. Like, you mean 900 days?
That's what he deserves. 90 days, you should get 90,000 days.
And fuck Rampage Jackson the father, by the way, because he did fuck all about it. He continued online streaming instead of putting his son in his place. Fuck the Jacksons, Raja and Rampage. They're both in the bin for a reason. And AJ Mana, fuck him too, for allowing this to happen as well. He's not getting away scot-free in this either. I mean, I will say this, it's like, you know, Raja Jackson gets what he deserves. I just wish it was for life because, like you said, what he did was attempted murder. When you're trying to murder someone, that's never okay. And Psycho Stu didn't deserve to get the shit beat out of, and he could have lost his life. When that situation happened months ago, last year, where Raja Jackson said, "Oh, I always wanted to beat the shit out of a pro wrestler." Huh? Like, and this guy was punching away at Psycho Stu, you see it, and other indie wrestlers are trying to pull him off, tell him to stop, and he was still beating his shit out of Psycho Stu. So, unbelievable.
It's like nobody came out to save him besides Doug Mello. I think that's his name. The guy who looks like Draws from the Attitude Era. God rest his soul, Draws. Yeah, the guy that looks like Draws, Doug Mello. He's the only guy who saved him. He's the only guy who did anything about it. Everybody just stood there like idiots.
And apparently that was Rikishi's wrestling school as well. That was linked with WWE at the time last year. Now no more. And good on that.
I wonder why.
Yeah. Fuck Raja Jackson. Like, fuck him. Literally, fuck him. And this father, Rampage. They should, absolute scums of the earth, they should be ashamed of themselves.
And Psycho Stu, I hope he's doing well in his life. I'm hoping he's doing okay.
Yeah. And justice for Psycho Stu. No, he didn't deserve it at all. But moving on. Might as well talk about this next. This long-time WWE employee was there for WWE for 25 years. He recently departed from the company. This guy, Gavin O'Shea. Adam Carl, I want to get your take on this first.
He was a WWE employee for 25 years. I mean,
before you say anything, I'm sorry to cut you off there, bro. The People's Wrestling, Ricky. Let Raja try that with Lesnar. Yeah. Yeah, he will stand
Lesnar
no chance.
Lesnar would demolish him.
You think?
He would eat him for breakfast.
Or you know what? Or you know what? If Raj had tried that to Obafemi.
I don't think he'd be able to pick Oba up.
No, I don't think so. I mean, Oba would pick him up before Raja could pick him up. Oh, man. That has to be a comment of the day. Despite the technical difficulties echoing, that comment of the day right there. Shout out to Ricky, man. But you were saying about Gavin O'Shea.
Yeah, he was there with WWE for 25 years. I mean, it sucks. Somebody loses their job, and he was probably, he worked there for so long. Did so many things, behind the scenes for the company. Honestly, I think what this solidifies for me, and this is honestly the same thing with the New Day, and we're gonna talk more about it in depth. But yeah, TKO, what this shows you, TKO, they don't give a shit.
Fuck TKO. All they care about is this. Oh, well, Vince McMahon should be back. He's the one who sold the company to TKO in Endeavor and Ari Emanuel and Mark Shapiro, who, by the way, said, Vince coming back to have power back? Oh, that wasn't a Vince goal. Bullshit. Smells like a cover-up from Shapiro, if you ask me. Who's to say when Vince McMahon was first forced to retire in July 2022, when Vince had to put out that tweet at 77, time for me to retire, after Vince was forced to do all that, who's to say Vince was not on the phone with Ari and Shapiro immediately after all that, and Vince, Ari, and Shapiro cussing WWE out. Fuck WWE, I got rid of Vince McMahon, fuck them! Who's to say?
I won't be surprised.
Very fishy. Very, very fishy. The company did not need to be sold. It didn't. Look where they're at now. And look where it was in late 2022 when Stephanie McMahon was having the company as a CEO, and then her husband Paul Levesque was head of creative. That was actually good. Look where it's now with Triple H head of creative and under TKO. Yes, Triple H has played it safe the past year or so. I mean, though, does he get some of the blame? Yes. But most of the blame has to go to TKO. Because they're the ones they're the reasons why of where the mess we're in right now. Like, I understand it's a business, but this is people's livelihoods. And like you said, and I say the same thing, TKO don't give a fuck. They don't.
They don't give a shit how long you've been in the company. They don't care about your contributions, how respected you are by the fans or your peers in the locker room. They don't give a shit about any of that. All they care about is dollars and cents. And I get you want to make money, as anyone should. I mean, I think we just talked about AEW's television deal, making around 170, 185 million per year. Like, I get you want to make cash. And WWE's, they're making more money than ever. I understand that. But it's like, this goes beyond dollars and cents.
Yeah.
These are people's livelihoods. These are people that have been to the company 20, 25 years, that are beloved in the locker room, who have contributed to the company. Yeah. Not just in the ring.
Do you feel like Triple H would do this if this was no TKO and just Stephanie McMahon like it was in late 2022?
No, I don't think so.
Hell, even when Vince was in charge, he would never do this.
Yeah, like, bro, how many years did he keep Pat Patterson and Gerald Briscoe in the company?
And Pat Patterson passed away 6 years ago.
Yeah, but like, how many years did he keep him in the company? What, 40 years?
Yeah.
Same thing with Gerald Briscoe?
Yes.
Undertaker was there for 30 years.
Yeah. Like, dude, Ari, Shapiro, and TKO are so heartless and soulless. Dude, Ari Emanuel's daughter, if his daughter was in WWE TKO, Ari would fire her in a second. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
That's how heartless TKO is. Fuck them. Fuck them. You don't hate them enough. All they care of, everything to them is a dollar sign. Every English sentence that comes out of their mouth is money. That's the only word in their dictionary. Literally.
Yeah, they don't give a shit if morale is down or people aren't happy. As long as the cash keeps coming in for them, and as long as more money's in their pockets.
And outpricing the people, outpricing the hardcore diehard fans to invite their woke celebrity friends who get in for fucking free. They don't have to pay a cent.
Outpricing casuals, outpricing families.
Yep. The sponsors on the fucking mats and on the tables, on the chairs, the turnbuckles. It's ridiculous. The constant commercials, don't even get me started on that. Especially during WrestleMania this year. And then on the budget cuts. Well, that's what happens when you outprice people in Las Vegas for a second year in a row for WrestleMania. Then I read a report, last year they had to play the good guys. This year they had to cut triple more people than usual. TKO are so goddamn cheap and it's not even funny. Like, they're trying to do everything they can to save money because they're in this much debt. And that's what happens when you brought WWE with Vince McMahon as part of the package and him being a liability. They even said he was a liability. I don't feel sorry for them whatsoever.
Like, literally, just look at the total compensation as well between WWE and TKO executives. This is the compensation. This is how much money they earned year over year. In 2024, Ari Emanuel took $18 million. 2025, he took home $67 million. That is 272 increase in pay.
They don't give a fuck.
Mark Shapiro, 2024, $32 million. 2025, $42 million, an increase of 33% in pay. WWE President Nick Khan, $6 million in 2024. He gets paid more. He got paid more than most top guys in the company just with that money alone. And in 2025, he took home $24 billion, an increase of 304%. And TKO CFO Andrew Shalmir, I don't know his last name.
I don't give a fuck who he is.
Yeah, he took home $8 million in 2024, and in 2025, he earned $23 million, an increase of 198%.
And then Dwayne Johnson made a lot of money the past year too. He wasn't even there. And then Ricky says in the chat, you see The Rock's $3 million watch. Yeah, he has a big smile on his face with the money in the watch, while 20 plus people lost their fucking jobs.
His watch alone is probably worth more than every WWE contract.
And he's never there. He's getting paid more. Like, do you know how fucked up that is? When that money could go to someone who's there all the time, that deserves that money way more than Dwayne Johnson. And Dwayne Johnson's a guy that doesn't respect the wrestling business. He's only there for himself because he is not that Hollywood guy that he used to be. That's the only reason why he's there in WWE. WWE doesn't need them. He needs them. They don't need him. Facts. If you don't see that, I can't help you. There's no such thing as job security in WWE now anymore. Like, nobody is safe. Not even Samoans there are safe.
Literally.
It's a shame. Like, the sale to TKO was the worst thing that ever happened in WWE. It sucks. The company should have never been sold 3 years ago, and Vince selling to Endeavor and TKO was a big fuck you to his daughter, to his son-in-law, to his family, who were running it better than he was in late 2022. And yes, Triple H has played it safe the past year or so. He gets some of the blame, and he approves the yes or no, and you see why SmackDown is so shit right now. But it was actually good in late 2022 when he was under Stephanie. Like, I feel like under TKO, there's no leadership in TKO. Where Stephanie's an actual real leader, Stephanie McMahon. Like, she doesn't just go along with stuff. Like, I feel like if Paul Levesque was under Stephanie and no TKO, things would be a lot better in WWE. If TKO had nothing to do with WWE whatsoever, in my opinion. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with you there, 100%.
Yeah.
Which
go ahead.
Which brings us actually to this topic that we're going to talk about right now. The New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, gone.
Told to take a 50% pay cut. And they know their worth, and they left. You know what, bro? I don't blame them at all. Fuck TKO. Fuck them. And didn't they sign 5-year deals last year? Now all of a sudden, oh, you're not worth the much money. You got to get a pay cut because we're $6 billion in debt.
Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Kofi Kingston, a guy who's been with WWE since 2006. That's counting his days. That's counting his days in developmental, OVW, Deep South Wrestling, all that. And he's been on the main roster since 2008. Former WWE champion, IC champion, tag champion, US champion, all that. Kofi Mania. Xavier Woods, been with the WWE since 2010. A part of one of the greatest factions in the history of professional wrestling, the New Day, alongside Big E. Two men who have been loyal soldiers to this company. Two men that sacrificed their bodies for this company. And now they're gone. What does this tell you about TKO?
Fuck TKO. I know they're in this merger lawsuit next month. Dude, I hope the fucking worst comes out of it. Fuck them.
So let me get this straight. You got Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. You have two guys that are loyal. You just signed these guys to long-term 5-year contracts worth millions of dollars. And not even a year later, you are asking them to take a fucking pay cut. 50% pay cut at that.
Oh, well, they're $6 billion in debt. That's not the talent's problem. That's your fault for bringing Vince in, and because your marketing department fucking blows.
It's not the New Day's fault that TKO are at $6 billion in debt. Why are they supposed to? How is it their problem? How are they the ones who should be taking 50% pay cuts?
And apparently a lot of the talent accepted the pay cut. I mean, maybe because they love the company, they want to be there, but it's fucked up to have to take a 50% pay cut. Even I heard him, mostly push wrestler, was asked to take a pay cut, and he accepted it. Who that could be, one could only speculate. Was it Roman Reigns? Was it Cody Rhodes?
Roman Reigns is never going to take a 50% pay cut. Please.
And I don't think they're this stupid to let Roman walk. They can't be. And they're not. They're not. You really think they're going to let Roman Reigns, of all people, walk?
Oh, my God. They're going to have to answer the shareholders.
And you listen to the quarterly earnings meeting, Ari Emanuel, oh, but Triple H is like Vince McMahon. No, it's Ari, because Vince is friends with Ari. Did you hear the quarterly earnings meetings with TKO with Ari and Shapiro? Did you listen to that shit?
Yeah, unfortunately.
I mean, you talk about Comedy Hour 2.0. There you go.
Yeah, so what is going through with these people's right? How do they negotiate these contracts? Do they not think before they negotiate these contracts on what talent is worth and what it's not worth?
Like, the communication barrier is clearly there. Like, the disconnect is very often, you can tell. Like, there's no communication with TKO and the talent at all. It's a problem.
Why did they sign now let's be said, the New Day heel turn. I think let's get this out of the way. The New Day heel turn sucked.
It did. The moment they turned heel was great, and then I think they wanted to clear Big E. Triple H and Creative wanted to clear Big E, but they believe after it was found out he was never going to wrestle again, I feel like they just gave up with the New Day at that point.
Yeah, like, let's be real. The run sucked. They did absolutely nothing with this turn.
They put them with Grayson Waller, which made no sense.
Yeah, they were losing every week on Raw. I don't think they even won a match on Raw within a year. I think their last win ever on WWE was like on main event.
And then they wrestled the War Raiders for the World Tag Team titles at last year's WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Which I still don't understand why, and Mitch will say the same thing. We said this last year. The Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, and the Street Profits, they had that great SmackDown Triple Threat TLC match for the tag titles, the WWE Tag Team titles. That should have been on WrestleMania 41 Night 1 instead of the War Raiders and the New Day. Mitch and I still want to know why that Triple Threat TLC match was not on the Mania card, and the War Raiders and New Day was.
Mind you, this was the last time the New Day ever had a pay-per-view match. Let that sink in. Last year's WrestleMania, and the only reason they were on the WrestleMania card was because they needed to promote a video game.
Yep.
I think it was
Now
a Mortal
I'm hearing.
Kombat.
Go ahead.
Although I'm sure Xavier Woods was all excited to be a part of it because he's a video gamer.
Now, speaking of Xavier, I did read something that WWE is trying to retain Xavier Woods with the Tyler Breeze deal. Now, if you don't know what that is, that's apparently because I think him and Tyler Breeze are very good friends. They do the video game stuff, like you said. Xavier Woods is a big video gamer. I think they played like old SmackDown vs. Raw games, SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, which is one of the greatest video games of all time, by the way. And like other, not just wrestling games, I think Call of Duty, stuff like that.
Yeah. Honestly, I hope he says no, honestly. Like, why would he sign back? When they didn't think he was worth the money. This is the other thing.
I mean, I understand WWE trying, and this is like more, I feel like it's more of a TKO thing. I do, and they tell Triple H, you got to cut these people because you got to meet. Honestly, if it was up to Triple H, like, oh, well, he do the same thing if it was under Stephanie. He cut all these multiple people.
No way. This is the other. Come on.
Honestly, if you ask me, you know how it was so good in late 2022? How Triple H is releasing these multiple people? Honestly, I mean, TKO gives him a number, you got to cut these amount of people. I feel like I don't think Triple H will be doing this much whatsoever if this was under Stephanie and no Endeavor. I feel like if there was no Endeavor involved in WWE whatsoever, I do think New Day would still be there.
Yeah, I mean, we will probably still see releases because, I mean, as sad as it is, it's a part of the business. I mean, you got to make cuts at the end of the day. It's like we will be seeing them as frequent as this. Like, and this is the other thing that even boggles my mind, apart from the fact, that these idiots somehow got the New Day of all people to leave the company. Two loyal guys. This is the other thing. Why didn't you sign these guys? If they didn't think they were worth that money, then why didn't they sign them to that deal in the first place? Why did you sign these two?
The communication between TKO and the WWE talent is clearly very off. This shows.
Literally, why did you sign the New Day to 7-figure contracts? I believe in October of 2025, right?
Yeah.
October 2025. Why did you sign these two men, and Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods? Why did you sign them to 7-figure deals? If you were just going to turn around 6 months later and tell them, you know what, guys, we can't pay you that much money. How about you cut your pay by 50%? Why didn't you re-sign Santos Escobar last year and then turn around 6 months later and release him? While he's injured, no less. Like, is there no thought put in? Is there no thought coming into these negotiations before they sign the count to contracts?
Bro, TKO is fucking cancer to WWE.
Literally.
Fuck them. They did the same thing to UFC.
Yeah, this is the same thing they did with the UFC. I think it's now correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry if you spell his name wrong, but I think his name is Chuck Liddell, UFC Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
UFC Hall of Famer. He retired and he was close friends with Dana White. Dana White, he put him in an executive role in the company, as a thank you for his contributions to the UFC. He kept him on payroll. He kept him, in an executive position. He worked very closely to Dana White. And then when Endeavor brought the UFC, guess who was the first on the chopping block? Yep, Chuck Liddell. And I think there was another UFC Hall of Famer too, but like they were the first on the chopping block. Two people, Chuck Liddell, a loyal guy to Dana White, loyal to the UFC, who gave it his blood, sweat, and tears to the sport, and just like that, he was out of a job, like a snap of a finger, wiped away.
And Dana White, I mean, yeah, UFC president. I feel it's just like with Paul Levesque. They're just in charge by title. I mean, yeah, they're in charge, but they're not that in charge as some people may think they are. Like, they're not the 1,000% be all end all. I mean, they may be to an extent, but they're not more than extent. Like, no, like extent exempt. Like, they're not like they're in charge, but they're not that in charge. I feel like they're just in charge by title. Like, they're just scapegoats or puppets. Like
They're
Dana
not in
White
charge.
is.
They don't have the same power that Vince had when he had 100% of WWE.
That's all Ari.
Literally. It's just mind blowing. You got these executives, Marty Emanuel, Mark Shapiro, who don't know shit about how professional wrestling works. They try to turn it into the UFC. They try to turn it into MMA when wrestling and MMA are two totally different entities. They don't work like the other. If anything, I think Ari Emanuel. I think Dana White said that he wants to model himself after Vince McMahon. You know, he wants to run business the same way that WWE do. Like, he wants to model himself after WWE the way they handle their business. Obviously, they're two different entities. WWE, is predetermined. UFC is like, real fighting. Anything can happen in a real fight. But it's like, Ari Emanuel, Mark Shapiro, I think you're on mute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like Mark Shapiro and Ari Emanuel, they're trying to turn wrestling, WWE, into MMA when they're nothing alike. WWE is not UFC. UFC is not WWE.
Like, you can't release everybody. Really, you
they
can't.
should be their own identities. Like, it's
With this merger, go ahead.
It's the other thing. The executives, these two, they earn more money. They keep getting pay increases. WWE making more money than ever before. TKO making more money than ever before, and yet they're asking the talents to take 50% pay cut. Like, how does this?
They're doing anything it takes to pay off their debt. It's sad.
Like, these are the talents, Kofi, Xavier, guys like that. They're the ones who go into these shows. They're the ones who put their blood, sweat, and tears into the ring. They're the ones who go out there and they want to prove that they are actually worth the money they're paid. It's like, what are we doing here? I mean, it's not their fault that they were off television for months. It's not their fault that their heel turn was botched spectacularly. It's not their fault that TKO isn't kept.
I hope this merger lawsuit that comes up next month, apparently, I guess there's like evidence or whatnot. We'll talk about that with Nick Khan throwing Vince McMahon under the bus. We'll talk about that actually right after this. But Kofi, Kingston, Xavier Woods, man, I'm telling you right now, they're going to fucking kill it and reinvent themselves on the indies. And I'm very much looking forward to it. Like, remember when Cody Rhodes left a decade ago and he bet on himself? Man, there's a big comparison, is there not, with Cody from leaving WWE a decade ago to now Kofi and Woods in May of this year, compared to Cody Rhodes May 2016. Honestly, the New Day, they will be fine. They will fucking kill on the indies, I'm telling you right now. I think they'll be okay. They'll be more than okay. I could see them going to AEW. New Day versus Young Bucks at All In. Sign me up. Sign me up.
New Day versus the Young Bucks. New Day versus the Rascals. New Day versus
FTR.
New Day against Edge Christian. New Day against Don Callis family.
Well, I don't want to see Don Callis family.
Well, unless it's Takeshita and Fletcher. Maybe.
Would you mind the New Day versus your favorite, bro? The Demand.
Get the fuck out of here. Who's demanding this? Yes, I am so looking forward for Ricochet to say, "Thank God for the Demand." No, and I'll be thanking God when I mute the channel when he's cutting a promo.
Yeah.
Or New Day versus Pac and Claudio, for example.
Yeah.
New Day versus Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly. Like, there's a lot of fresh matchups and matches that they haven't had in years against other guys they're familiar with, and guys that they haven't faced off before. I mean, there's a lot of things that they could do in AEW. Who knows? Maybe they get a tag title reign. You never know.
Yeah.
Maybe have Kofi and Xavier, they challenge for the TNT title or national title.
Yeah.
Xavier Woods, this is the other thing. Xavier Woods never held the singles title in WWE. That's fucking mind-boggling.
Honestly, the New Day, they're gonna prove WWE wrong for letting them go. I do.
They're gonna prove TKO for letting them go. That's for sure.
Yeah. And they
Xavier
didn't
Woods
want to leave. I feel like, again, if this was up to Hunter and just Stephanie and no TKO involved, I don't think they'd let him go like this, because it was good under the two of them before the sale to Endeavor.
And this is the other thing. The new thing, they re-signed in October. They didn't want to leave. This is what reads to me. They didn't leave because they wanted to. They left because TKO didn't want them enough. They told them to cut their pay 50%. If anything, good for them. Good for the new
they know their worth.
Yeah, imagine resigning. Imagine resigning with your job. You're loyal for 20 years. In the case of Kofi Kingston, you've done it all, but you wanna stay because you're loyal. You got a secure job. You got kids to feed. You got a family. You're loyal to a company for 20 years, and you have no reason to leave. You're happy to be there, and then you turn around 6 months later, and your employer is asking you to take a 50% pay cut. Not even a year. You signed brand new deals for 5 years worth millions of dollars, and your employer is telling you that you gotta take 50% pay cut.
Yeah, and then Tyler Helton brings up another good point. I heard that the rumor that the New Day, they asked for release and they requested it. They were granted it after they were asked to take a 50% pay cut. Then they said no, fuck that, and they wanted out, and they
I don't blame
were granted it. Yeah, I don't blame them at all either.
How could you do this to two guys that have been loyal? How could you do this? And this is the other thing. You didn't lose just loyal talent. You lost locker room leaders. You lost two veterans in that locker room that would go out there and make sure that that everything is great. That make sure that if there's something bad, they'll lighten up the mood and everybody's having a good time. They'll look after everyone else. They'll make sure, even in the toughest points, there's going to be something good to be found. And strength and love. Two guys that would sacrifice
Paul Levesque would
themselves.
let them go if he was under Stephanie McMahon. No, he wouldn't.
No.
It's just fucking TKO with this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you can blame Triple H for the way with the creatively booked. I mean, I'm sure they wanted to clear Big E, but as soon as the moment Big E was never going to get cleared to wrestle again, that's when I feel Triple H and his team gave up on a New Day. You can blame Triple H for that, but this is bigger than that, a livelihood. And you can blame TKO for that bullshit. Fuck them.
My God. You lost
Fuck
two
TKO.
guys that would sacrifice.
And they're greedy fucking asses.
You lost two guys that would basically sacrifice themselves for this company. And for the roster. For what? You lost them for what? Because you wanted to save costs?
Because there's $6 billion in debt? Well, that's not the New Day's fault. It's not their fault.
It's not the fault of the people that they released as well.
True.
My God.
If WWE was never sold to TKO, New Day would still be there. And the others that got released would still be there too. I guarantee it, most of them.
But long story short, I don't blame the New Day for not taking a 50% pay cut. It's ridiculous. They signed the contract. New Day are holding up. The New
They
Day,
were signed till 2030, bro.
Literally, this could have been these two could have retired in the company.
Yeah. An unfinished business a little bit. Especially for Xavier.
God.
Holy shit. I hope they go to AEW, reinvent themselves, and prove WWE wrong that they should have never let them go.
My God. Yeah, but to make a long story short, I don't blame the New Day. They signed the contract. They're holding up their end of the bargain. TKO should hold up their end of the bargain too. It should not be one-sided.
Hopefully they go to AEW and prove TKO wrong and make TKO say, you know what, we should have never let them go. I mean, I don't think we should disrespect them anymore. It's okay to show your worth. Look at what Cody Rhodes did a decade ago. He didn't want to be Stardust anymore. And he was told, no, stay in Stardust character. And he got the fuck out. And look what happened.
Yeah.
If anything, this could be another Cody Rhodes thing where he left a decade ago, had to bet on himself and prove the big leagues wrong. And then, you know, eventually become the talk of the town, become bigger than they were before, and then when everything they could do what they do on the indies, then come back on your terms. You know? Look at Cody.
Yeah, just look at them, if they find success. And this is the other thing, with Tony, he's not just, if he signs the New Day, we talk about the matches, he's not just signing talent, he's signing two guys that could actually be locker room leaders too.
Yeah.
To bestow knowledge upon the talents over in AEW.
And AEW's tag division could needs all the help they can get. Right now, it's not where it needs to be at all.
Yeah. And you got New Day and Xavier, we got obviously see the Instagram posts, MJF and the Young Bucks and FTR, they talking about the New Day, the New Day, they're just, beloved wrestlers, they're beloved human beings. Not just great wrestlers, they're good people. These are people who anybody would want in their locker room. This is where TKO fucked up too. It's not just business. These are two people that you should have kept for life. These two should have had jobs for life in WWE. But of course, this is corporate America, sadly. Corporate greed above all else. No, New Day, we're sorry. We can't pay you the money that we said we would pay. How about you take a 50% pay cut?
Like, that's a slap in the face. That's a major slap in the fucking face, bro, to the New Day.
Yeah. Like, how do you think the locker room feels? How do you think WWE roster feels hearing this? These are two locker room
it sends a bad message. It's a terrible look on the company, on WWE. It's a bad look.
You just lost two locker room leaders. You basically chased away two leaders of that locker room for no reason. For no good reason. And you're just letting them walk right into Tony Khan. And that's the other thing with their 90 days, if they have 90 days, it's gonna expire at the start of August. So if they come into AEW, they come in just right before Wembley Stadium. They already have I can already picture this right now. They have an all-in match lined up for them already. New Day,
I would not be surprised.
I can already see it at Wembley Stadium.
Yeah.
This is a fucked up move from TKO for real. This is so fucked up on so many ways. And honestly, if anything, this may have been the best thing that could have happened to the New Day as well. As sad as it is.
You know how I just said Cody Rhodes left a decade ago, 2016, and had to leave to reinvent himself before coming back years later? Yeah. Maybe this could be a similar thing to Cody Rhodes a decade ago, because remember what Cody Rhodes a decade ago, 2016, was Stardust. He was dead to rights in the water, going nowheres and doing nothing, and him leaving was the best thing that ever happened to him. New Day leaving, New Day, thank God for the New Day. They were doing nothing. They were dead in the water, dead to rights. Them leaving like Cody left a decade ago was probably the best thing for them.
Yeah, like what were they doing around what? They were losing to who? The Judgment Day.
Penta.
They were losing to Penta. They were losing to whom? The Usos again?
Losing to almost every person on the roster on Raw.
Yeah, they come to crickets. They spent more times in commercial breaks than they did in the ring.
Tyler Helton. Thank you, Tyler Helton. Fuck TKO.
Yeah.
Another comment of the day.
Yeah. They spent more time in commercial breaks than they did in the ring. If anything, this release, TKO may have done them a favor. As bad as it look on TKO that they let them go, they may have actually did the New Day a favor. Instead of wasting their careers away, instead of wasting 5 years of their careers in ad breaks and commercials and not have enough time in the ring, they can just go out there and kill it outside of WWE.
When the New Day is serious, they are one of the best tag teams on the planet.
Yeah, and it's not just, the wrestling aspect. Xavier Woods, he had up, down, down.
Yeah.
When else, he can go into gaming conventions and do PR work for AEW too. If he does go there with him and Kofi, he could. Well, didn't he have a Twitch channel as well before? Not just
I think so.
Down? Yeah, he can do other stuff in the video game department for AEW or any other company.
Yeah.
Now, there's more work for them. Obviously, it's not just in the ring. In the ring, behind the scenes, they can be locker room leaders. Xavier Woods can do video game conventions. A similar deal, like with Adam Cole, for example, where he's in AEW, but he's also he's allowed to keep his Twitch account. He can do maybe a similar thing with Xavier Woods. He can wrestle. He can be signed to an AEW contract where he can be allowed to do have another thing of his outside of wrestling in video games. So there's more for them to do in AEW. There's something, there's multiple things they can do than just, in ring stuff.
Yeah.
Long story short, I wish the very best. I hope the best for Kofi and for Xavier.
And I hope they show the middle finger to TKO.
Yeah.
Seriously. A New Day on the Indies is a dangerous New Day. It is a New Day. Literally. Fuck TKO. Again, the WWE sold to TKO was the worst thing that ever happened in WWE. Vince selling to TKO was a huge middle finger. It was. Vince couldn't stand it that his family was running the company better than he was, and he could never live that down. And again, like I said earlier in the video, who's to say when Vince was originally forced out the first time in the summer of 2022, Vince was immediately on the phone with Ari and Shapiro. And Ari and Shapiro and Vince, yeah, they were cussing WWE out and talking shit about them, saying that they forced Vince out and fucked them. Who's to say?
Very possible.
Because Vince is friends with Ari, and I'm sure Shapiro has a tight-knit relationship with Vince, too. And you see Shapiro contradicting, covering up for Vince. Oh, Vince, part of the package he'll sell to Endeavor, was not a Vince goal. Or Vince being in charge wasn't a Vince goal. Imagine buying that hot load of crap. It smells very fishy. Very, very fishy. But before we move on to the Nick Khan and Vince McMahon stuff, I'm reading this. Is WWE done with cutting wrestlers currently? Apparently, according to Meltzer, it looks like this is done, at least for now. Maybe a name or two, but it looks like this is it at this time. Hopefully. Because at that point, they're not going to have a fucking roster. You need a roster.
Yeah. Yeah, and more than anything,
they can't fire everybody. I know you're $6 billion in debt, but you can't fire fucking everybody. At that point, you can't even afford anything. At that point, just have WWE away from TKO. They're better off away from TKO, honestly. If WWE was away from TKO, I swear to God, WWE is so much better off for it. But that's what happens when you have an 80-year-old old fuck corpse like Vince sell to Endeavor. Because he couldn't stand it that his family, his son-in-law, his daughter runs WWE better than he does. He couldn't stand it, and it ate at him.
That's what happens when you have two people in Mark Shapiro and Ari Emanuel who don't know shit about the professional wrestling business and how it works.
Yep. You need more people on the board who know wrestling. Ari and Shapiro, they'll fuck all about wrestling.
God.
Holy shit. Then I'm also reading Backstage news on the reason why there were so many WWE talent releases following WrestleMania this year. Now, listen to this. It says it's because of the move that SmackDown is making. Apparently soon, end of somewhere around June, beginning of July, like last year, how SmackDown moved back to 2 hours last year in the summer. Same thing this year, apparently, with the move of SmackDown back to 2 hours is a reason for the budget cuts. Sure. I don't believe that at all.
They were already working with a 2-hour roster.
So that's an excuse there. Oh, where the reason for the cuts is the move of SmackDown back to 2 hours. Yeah, right.
They were already working with a 2-hour roster, but they had a 3-hour show. The fuck do you mean you were releasing people because you gotta trim down the roster because the show's moving back to 2 hours? We already had a 2-hour roster to work with. It's not the roster's fault that TKO was giving Pat McAfee 4 segments per show.
Because Ari Emanuel thinks Pat McAfee's the next Sylvester Stallone.
It's not. Oh my God. Fucking God.
The excuses of these people, man. These clowns at TKO. Speaking of clowns, Mark Shapiro of TKO. Listen to this clown. He says that listen to this. Quote, firmly moving ahead with scheduled WWE events in Saudi Arabia despite the current region conflicts over there. Night of Champions end of June next month. Apparently in Saudi for Night of Champions end of June next month. You know what this tells me, bro? Ari Emanuel, yeah, we hear it, but we don't give a fuck. Money.
Yeah, you think he gives a shit. Like we said, with loyalty and all that, TKO don't give a shit about loyalty. They don't give a shit about how long you've been there, how long you've contributed, how beloved you are. If they don't see value in you, they will cut you. They don't give a shit.
No.
Yeah, Mark Shapiro, yeah.
TKO, Shapiro, and Ari, they're like Vince, but worse.
Yeah, literally.
They even said
I understand they have a show.
Vocal minority of we're listening to the criticisms and the ticket sales and we listen or whatnot. Bullshit.
How much you bet that they have burner accounts?
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all, bro. Probably Mark Shapiro probably has at least 6 burner accounts. At least half dozen.
Of course, typical corporate answer. I didn't expect him to say anything else. I don't expect him to disparage himself or the company. Of course, he's not gonna blame himself, but of course. Oh yeah, we see criticism. Yeah, and you don't care.
Yeah, then why don't you do something about it, Shapiro? Ari?
Yeah. Why don't you lower the ticket prices?
Yeah, if you lower the ticket prices, you don't have to do these mass releases. The company overall under you would be so much better off for it. And I mean so much better off for it. And the long term, and I mean the long term. Because what you're doing, outpricing fans, is not working. And it's killing the company. Seriously, fuck TKO. Fuck TKO. This is an anti-TKO rant right here, and well deserved, because they deserve it. Fuck them. WWE away from TKO would be the greatest thing. I'm fucking telling you right now, because they did the same shit to UFC. Now they're doing this. Now they're trying to kill WWE. The great sport we all love is starting to slowly die, as long as it's under TKO. And it sucks, and it should not ever be that way. But you can thank Vince for that, for selling to his friend, instead of putting the company in the hands of his family. Vince selling to his friend instead of his family shows Vince's true colors. Got anything to say in this, bro?
Yeah, I agree with you there.
You don't hate these people enough. You don't hate these people enough, man. It's all they care about is money. Every sentence in their mouth is money. And they see the conflicts in the Middle East. They don't care. And talent shouldn't be forced to go there either. If WWE talent doesn't want to go there to Saudi, they shouldn't be forced to go there. And what do these Saudi shows really mean at the end of the day, bro? Nothing. Nothing.
Zero.
It's a gimmick pay-per-view that doesn't mean anything. You shouldn't have to go there if you don't want to.
They should be given the choice if they want to go. If they don't want.
And you know what the other big thing about this is, bro? This war in the Middle East with Iran and stuff. If this continues into next year, Imagine TKO still allowing WrestleMania next year in Saudi. Do you know how terrible of a look that is on the company? That is a fucking PR nightmare on them. That's another thing people are not thinking about.
But it goes to our earlier statement. Will they give a shit? Of course not.
At that point, I kind of hope I kind of hope it continues so that way they're forced to move out of Saudi. They should have never been in Saudi next year in the first place. Never. All it was a money grab to these motherfuckers at TKO. That's all it was. They don't care. They don't care. Something would have to happen that would force them to move out of Saudi next year for Mania. To the point where TKO has no fucking goddamn choice. I'd like to move on from this a little, actually, right here. Actually, a little more about Roman Reigns. So WWE Talent told him agreed to take a 50% pay cut from TKO. Probably because they care about the company and want to be there. But it's like, at the end of the day, if you're the New Day, but if you're like someone like the New Day, or what have you, if you know your worth, you know your worth. If you know you're worth this amount of money, you know you're worth this amount of money. Good on Xavier and Kofi for standing up for what they believe in. Good on them. Good on fucking them, man. That's what takes a lot of balls to do something like that. You know, the whole thing is fucked up. It really is. Even Roman Reigns, you know how he said, right after WrestleMania Night 2 this year, I'm going to be around most time, especially in the summer. He was advertised for June, right? Now most dates in June, he's not advertised anymore. Why?
I don't know why.
He said he was going to be around most times in the summer in June. Now he's not there anymore for June. You got a reason why, Adam?
Oh my god. Maybe because he's on a part-time schedule.
So why even
He'll
have him
try to
say he's going to
restructure
be
his
more time
contract.
there in the summer? It goes to show you how incompetent TKO is. They don't know wrestling and they don't know business.
Literally.
Like, did they really go to school for accounting and business administration, bro? Because it tells me they haven't. Or they just barely made it out of college.
Beats me. It's a mystery.
My God. Like, and do you really think they're that stupid to let Roman Reigns walk?
They will not let him.
Imagine if they let Roman Reigns walk. That is a beyond nightmare for them. And that would piss off Dwayne too, I'm sure. That would piss off The Rock. Like, you talk about don't piss off The Rock. Oh, yeah. That would piss him off to no end. Oh, no, it wouldn't. Are you sure about that? My God. Like, yeah, no, Roman Reigns is not leaving WWE. They're not that stupid to just let him walk like that. It's not happening. But he was pulled for most dates in June. Makes the Backlash main event very interesting if you ask me, which we'll talk about Backlash preview predictions in a bit. Because I actually have a bold prediction on the Roman and Fatu match at Backlash. But Roman Reigns, he was advertised most of June. Now he's just advertised for one date in June. I think it's that end of June date in London, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, they announced the Raw and SmackDown, I think, before Night of Champions.
Yes.
For London.
And in the week of Night of Champions, usually a SmackDown before a Saudi show is in Saudi. For the week of Night of Champions, SmackDown's live on a Tuesday in London for that week. So they don't have to be in Saudi the day before. Honestly, it's a good move. Why should SmackDown have to be in Saudi the night before?
Literally.
I actually like that move for that week. I do. And they're in London, which is a much better crowd than Saudi, by the way. In my opinion. Some people may start to speculate, oh, what if in the future SmackDown moves back live to Tuesday nights instead of Fridays?
They have
You wanna
NXT.
Go ahead.
They have NXT already on Tuesday. Unless they move NXT, there's no reason to move SmackDown.
What if they move, and WWE's petty towards AEW, what if NXT moved to Wednesdays like Dynamite? If they want to be that petty, they could.
Yeah. Or they move NXT to Saturday and they compete against Collision.
Well, maybe they beat Collision.
Yeah, every single week.
Or, what about this? Though TNA's on Thursdays, NXT on Thursday, they have, they obviously Wednesday Dynamite. They have TNA Impact on Wednesday competing with AEW Dynamite.
Or TNA.
And then they have NXT on Thursday and SmackDown Tuesday, Raw Monday. Could you imagine that?
Oh, that would be very interesting to watch.
Oh, but TNA could be AEW Dynamite in the ratings. TNA on AMC can beat Dynamite on TBS. Look at that first TNA on AMC, how bad that was.
NWA is beating TNA in the ratings.
Oh, but Tony Khan has something to worry about TNA. Sure thing, buddy. Sure thing.
Bro, I looked at the viewership for NWA recently. I'm not making this up.
Yo, you did?
Yeah, the most recent episode of NWA Power got 275,000 viewers.
Okay.
NWA is beating TNA in the ratings.
Ouch.
You think they'll have a chance against AEW?
Fuck no. Not even close. I mean, they're on Thursdays as TNA, and then Wednesday Dynamite. They're on the same show, yeah. I expect TNA to get fucking slaughtered by Dynamite in the ratings. I do. So, that week of Night of Champions next month, SmackDown that week of Night of Champions on Tuesday. Honestly, if it was up to me, in general, I don't know how you feel. I think SmackDown on a Tuesday would probably... I mean, I would prefer SmackDown on a Tuesday than a Friday, to be honest. I don't know how you feel. Because I feel Friday nights, people are out, want to go do something. Like, not many people are going to want to watch a wrestling show on a Friday night. Whereas Tuesday night, it's a lot more, I think, more flexible, if you ask me. Or even if it was a Thursday, it'd be fine. I don't know how you feel about. I don't know how you feel. Do you prefer SmackDown on a Tuesday or Thursday compared to a Friday?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I prefer, Monday and Thursday and even Tuesday above Friday.
Yeah. Because Friday, people are out doing stuff, hanging out, go out and doing stuff at some places. Like, I don't know who in their right mind wants to watch a pro wrestling show on a Friday night when they're out doing something. Even if it's live or not, you know? Like, you have Monday night with Raw, that's a given. Tuesday SmackDown, especially when they were SmackDown Live, was not bad. It wasn't. Now, not counting 2017 when Jinder Mahal was WWE champion, but you catch my drift.
Yeah.
And even 2019 with the wild card rule coming out of WrestleMania in 2019, that was not good either. But you know what I'm saying, right? A Tuesday or Thursday with SmackDown, I feel is better off than SmackDown on a Friday. Like, on SmackDown on a Friday, it's just like, again, people are out doing stuff, and it's like, people are going to go out about partying, drinking, or hanging out doing some fun stuff on a Friday compared to watching a wrestling show like SmackDown on a Friday night. You know? Oh, speaking of SmackDown, Ricky from the People's Wrestling channel says, I watch SmackDown Live weekly. I do a watch long here on Hardcore Sports Network. That is right. Every Friday night now on Hardcore Sports live watch long with Ricky the Wrestling of the People's Wrestling channel. Yes. It's every Friday as well. Yep. But yeah, SmackDown on a Tuesday or Thursday I think is better compared to SmackDown or any wrestling show in general on a Friday. Because you have wrestling Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I think you'd be hooked up, man. Thoughts?
Yeah, I would like it. I would like it.
Now, SmackDown's with USA Network, I think, till 2029. If they ever wanted to experiment SmackDown USA Network back on a Tuesday, I don't see why not. Now, it wouldn't make the show better. It all comes down to creative, but I feel like SmackDown on a Tuesday is better than SmackDown on a Friday, to be very honest. Because look at what happened in 2016 with SmackDown when it was SmackDown live on a Tuesday. Look at how great that was.
Yeah.
You know? I really, and if moving forward they want to fix the Hall of Fame structure with WrestleMania weekend, this year's SmackDown, this year's SmackDown before Mania, the night before Mania this year, they had SmackDown, then immediately after the Hall of Fame. It's like, that's exhausting. Whereas if you have SmackDown on a Tuesday, the week of going into WrestleMania weekend, SmackDown Tuesday before Mania, then the Hall of Fame on a Friday night with nothing else going on, I think that's a win-win.
Yeah, like you got the Raw on Monday, maybe SmackDown on Tuesday.
Yes.
Yeah, AEW on Wednesday. Yeah, AEW Dynamite Wednesday. And then you got NXT on Thursday. I mean, that wouldn't be bad.
Yeah. Or if it's the other way around, SmackDown Thursday, NXT Tuesday, or NXT Thursday, SmackDown Tuesday. Either one.
Yeah.
Now, they'd have to move TNA, but...
maybe TNA goes to Fridays. You never know.
I don't know, but... but I think we're in the same agreement. SmackDown is better off on a Tuesday or Thursday compared to a Friday.
Yeah.
Even SmackDown Thursday wasn't bad.
I think they started on Thursday back in 1999.
Yes. From 1999 to 2005. Then from 2015 to 2016.
Yeah.
So. But, I would prefer Tuesday. That's just me. I don't mind Thursday either, but SmackDown, Week of Night Champions in London on the live Tuesday, I wonder if that's going to be the final 3-hour SmackDown before they move back to 2 hours the rest of the year. We'll see.
We'll see.
But apparently with SmackDown 3 hours, apparently this is the formula from the USA Network, what they want. First half of the year, 3-hour SmackDown. Second half of the year, 2-hour SmackDown. God, do I hate 3-hour shows. And I'm not the only one who feels that way. I mean, 3-hour shows can work with the right creative, but no wrestling show has to be 3 hours every single week. Like, literally, you could dig up Eddie Guerrero and Hulk Hogan out of the grave, and it still would not be enough.
I mean, just look at Dynamite, for example. Just 2 days ago, we got Dynamite and Collision, a 3-hour show.
Yeah. After Dynamite, after 2 hours, and then into Collision, I was out. It was like during that third hour, I think they had Jamie Hayter and Sky Blue, and I just dozed off. I'm not making this up. It was after MJF and Darby Allin's promo where, MJF puts his hair on the line against Darby in a world title rematch at Double or Nothing. Yeah, that. Hair on the line.
Like on no planet should a wrestling show, on no wrestling TV show should be 3 hours.
I mean, the creative is what fixed it, but it's like 3 hours is too damn long.
Like, just look at this Dynamite card. Just look at this Dynamite Collision card. This is the section where we talk about the television shows.
Oh, People's Wrestling Channel, Ricky. 3 hours does drag, and they have to fill it with a funeral for the gingerbread man. Speaking of that, before we went live, I seen something that creative is looking to push back, I guess. Or, you seen it, bro?
Yeah, creative is trying to push back on the gingerbread man storyline.
This is according to WrestleVotes.
We are building a storyline between Sami Zayn and Trick Williams around a mannequin.
Yeah, such riveting television, right? Whoever is like on that SmackDown creative team that's doing shit should be fired. That's how bad SmackDown is. A funeral for a fucking object, a gingerbread man. And you find not a problem with that? It goes to show you how creatively shit SmackDown is. And things need to change bad on that show. It's so fucking bad. A gingerbread man. Yeah, that's all you need to know the state of SmackDown currently. And it's not good. If you don't find a problem with that, like, I don't know what you're smoking.
Oh, God. We're ranting about a fucking object.
Like, when I see the gingerbread man, I mean, it's like, am I watching Shrek or am I watching Friday Night SmackDown?
You gotta ask Bruce Pritchard that.
Maybe he's a fan of Shrek. And Ricky from the People's Wrestling Channel. I think people in creative have been watching too much Shrek. Could be, yeah.
So this is the SmackDown card. We may as well talk about the television shows right now. JC Jane defeated Charlotte Flair.
Which was good. And JC got a clean one over Charlotte, which I'm very happy about.
Yeah.
And shout out to JC Jane, man. I wasn't a big fan of her originally at all, but she's getting better and better. And to get a clean win over Charlotte Flair, one of the biggest females in the company, speaks volumes.
Yeah. And tonight, actually, we're going to get Fatal Influence versus Charlotte, Alexa, and Rhea Ripley.
Why is this not on the Backlash card?
Yeah. Well, beats me. But they're very high, the Fatal Influence, as they should. I mean, they have immediately inserted themselves as the biggest heel faction in the women's division.
Yeah.
Which can use all the help that they have, that they need right now, especially at a time where Bianca Belair is going to be kicking for a long time.
Yeah.
We had Cody Rhodes and Ricky Satan set a promo.
JC Damn fired Jane. Yeah, Ricky knows.
Yeah. We had Cody and Ricky in a segment. Cody Rhodes and Ricky Saints.
And they had a match where Cody won. Ricky looked fine, but that crowd was terrible. What were they in, Oklahoma?
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Hey, stop hating on Tulsa, Oklahoma.
You had Cody Rhodes and Ricky Saints. They win. Cody beats Ricky, and then after the match, he gets attacked by the ring general Gunther.
Yeah, and Ricky says, "No, Papa Ricky Saints." Yeah, Oklahoma. Never go to Oklahoma ever again for a wrestling show.
It's his first night. I think he's gonna get over. I think Ricky will be fine. I think he's just gonna have time to get used to a main roster audience.
Yeah.
So then after the match, Gunther, he attacked Cody.
Why?
I don't know why. Apparently, Randy Orton is injured.
Do they do this match for Backlash on tomorrow?
No. I think more so. I think they do this at Clash in Italy.
Or do they do this for Saturday night's main event in Tennessee?
Come on, please, come on.
Do they?
One shot.
To make it a selling point for Saturday night's main event? I don't know, but we had Cody Rhodes and Gunther. Was that the favor with Heyman And I think he talked with Nick Aldis in the back if you've seen it.
Yeah, but I mean, especially since we got Jacob Fatu now moving to Raw. He's gonna be facing Roman in Backlash.
Maybe it's a secret trade, Fatu to Raw, Gunther to SmackDown.
Yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of changing of the plans recently when it comes to the main event scene.
Yeah.
Because the end of WrestleMania Night 1, they closed out Night 1 with Randy Orton punting Cody. And he's always seen WWE Championship. You would think they would continue this feud. You would think Cody and Randy, they get a rematch at the very least, Clash in Italy.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Randy's injured. Especially if they have Gunther, he's attacking Cody. Now he's going to feud. They're going to feud over the championship. Honestly, this tells me that Randy's legitimately hurt. And then they have to pivot that quickly.
People's Wrestling, Ricky from People's Wrestling Channel, he says, should Gunther beat Cody? That's an interesting question. We have Cody in there with Gunther, and Gunther really shouldn't lose.
Honestly, if you ask me, I say yes. If you're telling me, the question yes or no, I think yes. I think Gunther should win the WWE Championship.
And he holds it throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And if Gunther moves to SmackDown, and this is a trade, honestly, SmackDown needs all the help they can get.
Yeah,
you get Gunther, you get CM Punk moved to there, which is needed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, there's no Roman Reigns. There's no Randy Orton, at least for a while. I don't know what's going on with Randy. I hope he's doing well. But there's no Randy Orton for a while. Roman is now on pause for real champion.
True.
So you're gonna need stars on that brand.
Yeah, and they lost half their roster to SmackDown with the 20-plus releases, and them going back to 2 hours this year in the summer. They're going to need all the help they can get.
Yeah, we had R-Truth and Damian Priest. They defeated Fraxium.
It's a good match, but just there.
Royce Keys defeated Angel Garza.
Okay.
Yeah, Royce Keys, he was all over the show. I mean, I think he confronted Solo Sikoa backstage.
Yes. He was with Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was all over the show. I mean, just get this, him and Ricky Saints got multiple segments on this show.
Yeah.
Team Taz,
Randy. I don't know if it needs a title at this point.
Team Taz for the win.
Yes, Team Taz. Royce Keys and Ricky Saints from Team Taz on SmackDown. All we're missing is Brian Cage and Hook.
We got
and CM Punk saying send Hook.
Speaking of former AW guys, actually, we got the Deadhouse in a segment with Miz and Kit Wilson.
You want to take the floor on this, bro? Because
How long did this segment went? 10 minutes?
Yeah, 10 minutes waste of time that I can never get back.
10 minutes dedicated to the Miz and Kit Wilson.
So you get rid of so TKO tells Triple H releases, and Aleister Black is gone, and Wyatt Six are gone, Zelina Vega's gone, Alba Fire's gone, Kairi Sane's gone, but we keep fucking Kit Wilson, and we keep the Miz.
I mean, the Miz, they fired the New Day. Not even the New Day were exempt from the cuts. It actually makes me worried for the Miz and what his future will look like. We got the Miz and Kit Wilson. The Miz trying to prove that he is not cursed. Why is
then about to team with Mizhausen, then the Miz skull crushing finale's Danhausen.
May as well discuss the mystery partner. I don't know what will be.
Oh, before that, might as well get into Backlash Fever predictions in a little bit. Actually, right here. Before we do that, Ricky says rumors are Orton is due back next month, so that should be June. So I could probably see him Clash in Italy being back.
Yeah, so who knows? Maybe he can come back at Clash in Italy. Maybe he interferes during the Gunther Cody match.
You could do that.
Yeah.
Maybe Gunther and Cody. I don't know if it's smart to lead to a no contest, but when Orton interferes, leads to Cody, Randy, and Gunther in a triple threat at Night of Champions. I don't know. That's an interesting one, but around end of May, beginning of June, yeah, I could see him in Clash in Italy. And they do Gunther and Cody in Clash in Italy.
Yeah, I mean, you can't pin Gunther.
No, definitely no. I mean,
You
Cody
cannot pin Gunther, so how do you get out of it?
Cody taking a loss is not really that bad. He's bulletproof, but Gunther really can't lose.
Yeah, he just retired John Cena and AJ Styles within a month. And he just beat Seth Rollins at WrestleMania.
Gunther should not lose, period, this year.
If anything, if you're going to do Gunther and Cody and Clash in Italy and Orton is due to come back, honestly, have Orton cause a no contest. I know it's not the best route for a World Championship match on a pay-per-view, but like you can't pin Gunther. He can't lose right now.
Like if Cody loses to Gunther, it's okay because Cody is Cody losing does nothing harm to Cody, where Gunther losing does do harm. You know, if you're gonna do Gunther and Cody in Clash in Italy, give Gunther the championship, have him hold it throughout the rest of the year. Who knows? Maybe Gunther holds the title going into Mania next year, and he drops it to whomever. Or maybe, if he's not released, and Gunther is WWE champion at Clash in Italy and throughout the rest of the year, Gunther's WWE champion going into Mania next year. What if next year's Mania, no matter where it is, for the WWE championship, Gunther defending the WWE championship against Ilya Dragunov?
That'll be great. They got a story there.
And they've never had that match one-on-one of Dragunov versus Gunther on the main roster. They've had it in NXT UK and an NXT, but never, ever the main roster, whether it's Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah.
And but what about Cody versus Punk for the title next year at Mania? In Saudi, if it's in Saudi. No, that should be on American soil. That should really be on American soil. Why not save it for WrestleMania in 2028, Punk versus Cody? You do Roman and Oba, or what have you, for the world title next year's Mania. And next year's Mania, WWE title, Gunther versus Dragunov. You have the WWE champion in Dragunov, world champion in Oba. Build towards your future. I don't see why not if that's the direction they want to go with. And Dragunov and Gunther is a match that I'm sure a lot of people would want to see. I want to see it. They had bangers in NXT UK and in NXT. And in fact, Dragunov was the first ever wrestler in WWE history to beat Gunther overall when he was Walter in NXT UK. So there's the history there.
Exactly.
I'd love to see it, honestly. If Dragunov's not caught, I'd love to see Dragunov get Gunther and a crack at the WWE title at next year's Mania, and Dragunov wins the championship off Gunther. I think that would be great, honestly. I'm sure you're in agreement, too.
I'm in agreement as well. Danhausen, what was the comment that somebody said?
Ricky says Danhausen has been...
He's at multiple segments per week, and he's getting a match on pay-per-view 2 months after debuting. I mean, he's done well. I'll give him that. He's done incredibly well.
He was booed at the Chamber.
Yeah, he was booed at the Chamber. They were not very nice to him, as he would say.
Yeah.
Then again, what was he supposed to do with the mystery crate? How was he supposed to get it over?
And that whole angle was fucking stupid right from the word go, bro.
Yeah, I still want to know how he was able to survive being in a crate.
Yeah, by that logic, how does he survive in a crate with no holes to breathe for 2 weeks?
Literally, I would love to know.
You know,
maybe he's like the Undertaker. You can't kill what's already dead.
No, you can't kill a dead man.
Yeah. Maybe he got the power of the urn. That's
the power of that Paul Bearer urn. God rest his soul.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's done well for himself. I'll give him credit. You know, he's very over with the crowd.
He is funny and entertaining. I will give him that.
Yeah, I just wish they would end this thing with him and Kit Wilson and Miz.
I mean, you
Like,
can't.
it's already-
you don't want to overexpose it. It's getting there, but you don't want that.
Yeah.
Like
Who do
with
I
the
think
Miz and
is-
Kit Wilson, it's not working.
Yeah, so who do I think is his partner?
Now, Ricky of the Wrestling People channel says, I think the mystery tag partner for Partnerhausen will be Mr. Iguanahausen. I love Mr. Iguana, but I don't think so. But according to betting odds of my bookie and Fightful Select, they say the favorite. Now, we might as well get into Backlash preview predictions. 5 matches on Backlash. I hope there's a 6th, but I doubt it. But so far, 5 matches. The first one, a tag team match. The Miz and Kit Wilson. I don't believe this is on Backlash. The Miz and Kit Wilson tag team match versus Danhausen and a mystery partner, which, according to betting odds, is favored to be a very good friend of Danhausen, apparently, from Chicago, a former world champion, CM Punk. I mean, that's the one thing I can think of. I mean, it would make sense because he's friends. Now I know what you're saying. CM Punk in this shit, like why he goes from main eventing WrestleMania against Roman to this. This is only a one and done thing with the Danhausen thing. And listen, if this gets CM Punk to SmackDown, a show that could absolutely use Punk, then so be it. Because we haven't seen him since the Raw after Mania, where he confronted Cody. So I don't think this is. I think this is a one and done. Like a Punk's a mystery partner. Punk is not feuding with Miz and Kit Wilson on SmackDown. I'm just throwing that out there. He's not feuding with Kit Wilson and the Miz on SmackDown as CM Punk. I think it's just a one and done. And listen, like I said, if this gets CM Punk fully on SmackDown, a show that absolutely desperately needs him, then so be it. Thoughts?
I mean, I know I've said it already. I know you've heard about it. CM Punk going from main eventing Mania to working with Kit Wilson and The Miz. It's actually unfortunate we may not get Miz and Punk in Saudi Arabia, considering that.
Ricky says Michael Cole said the tag partner is someone who loves money. It's Ari then. It's not.
Yes. I am so sure that Ari Emanuel will want to step foot in the. Can Ari Emanuel even take a bump?
No, he doesn't even know anything about wrestling, let alone taking a bump.
Yeah, but who do I think? Honestly, I think it may be Punk. I mean, and he and not Kit Wilson. Maybe they are friends after all.
I think Punk and Danhausen are good friends too in real life.
Yeah, and they've been good friends since their days in AEW.
Yeah.
And they're both from Chicago. I think it would make sense when you think.
And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, when Danhausen came to WWE after his AEW contract ran out at the beginning of the year, I think Punk was a big advocate to get Danhausen in.
Yeah. Wait. Did Punk and Hausen have a segment in AEW together?
They may have, I think.
Yeah, because I know Danhausen. He had segments with Moxley and Regal and Adam Cole, Orange Cassidy, guys like that.
Yes.
Did he have a segment with Punk?
He
I know he and Ricky had where Ricky he did the I'll be defending the FTW championship against Danhausen.
Yep, I remember that. Yep, that was 2020.
He did his best Danhausen impression. So I know they work together.
Yeah.
Did Punk and Danhausen work together?
Kiss.
Yeah, did Punk and Danhausen work in AEW?
I think they did, yes. I think they may have teamed in AEW.
Yeah, I believe. I mean, if not in a match, I think in a segment.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so, I mean, they're good friends. They're both from Chicago. Punk did vouch for Danhausen to be in WWE. I'm sure it would be a nice moment for Danhausen to team up with his friend. I mean, just look at this. Within a space of a couple of weeks, Danhausen went from a segment with John Cena at WrestleMania to teaming up with CM Punk at Backlash. The same CM Punk who main evented WrestleMania on night 2.
I mean, I guess good for Danhausen.
Yeah, I mean, just look at this. This is also another thing. The segment that Hausen and had with Cena, Miz, and Wilson. This was the segment that happened right before the main event, before Punk and Reigns.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. So to go from that to then teaming up with Punk, but Danhausen, hey, good for Danhausen.
Yeah.
And this should be an easy win for Team Hausen.
They're Punkhausen.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's Stephen A. Smith. It's not him.
It's not Stephen A. Smith. It's not
Jelly Roll.
One of the Danhausen midgets.
It's not Jelly Roll.
It's not Pat McAfee.
No, definitely not Pat McAfee.
It's gonna be CM Punk.
So then Punk and Danhausen get the win, and it's like an easy warm up for Punk.
Yeah, he doesn't even have to do that much.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, maybe Punk and Hausen win, and hopefully this ends this whole storyline with Hausen, Miz, and Wilson.
Yeah, that's been going on for far too long.
Better. Yeah, let's do something better with Danhausen.
And but what about Kit Wilson? Well, pretty dead. Elton Prince, pretty deadly.
Is Elton Prince even going to be back anytime soon?
I don't know. I was surprised he wasn't released. Why couldn't you release Aleister Black but keep Elton Prince?
I'm guessing because he still has a neck injury. He may not even be close to be back in the ring.
I have no idea, but it's like I was surprised he survived the cuts.
Yeah.
But Ricky even says as well, Mr. Iguana would work. Good exposure for Triple A, and he's just as goofy, but in a good way. I understand. I do understand where you're coming from. You do have a very good point. I mean, if you want to get it entertaining from the crowd, I could see that. But I think CM Punk more so would probably make sense, especially if you're trying to get him on SmackDown full time. Because I don't know else how you do it, honestly. Because Cody's now in the middle of a feud with Gunther, which started last week on SmackDown. I don't know where Punk would fit because Orton's out for a while. So I guess, this is the only way to get Punk on SmackDown. You want to do it now, then so be it. Because everyone else on SmackDown is tied up in a story. Maybe Ricky Saints, but that's about it. Or maybe a Ricky and Punk feud on SmackDown. I love to see that.
Yeah.
And I think they fought on Collision 3 years ago when Punk started Collision on AEW.
Yeah, I think did Punk did wrestle Will Hobbs.
Yes.
At Grand Slam.
That's true.
I think this was Punk's second match after returning with his first one being Darby.
Yes.
And you could do something with Punk there on SmackDown. There's stories to tell with him on SmackDown. And then obviously, the match with Cody that should happen at WrestleMania.
And if it happens at Mania, I think it's better on American soil for WrestleMania. I don't think I'd do it at Mania next year. Wait till WrestleMania 2028. I don't think the ship would sail at that point. I don't think.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Punk and Danhausen, we got them winning on the board. Other matches on Backlash. Io Sky and Asuka. I'm going Io Sky. This should be a good match, don't get me wrong. But I have to call this out. This is missing Kairi Sane. Now, I did read a report that people in WWE are more than 50% sure Kairi might show up at Backlash. Now, if that's the case, and this strong We Want Kairi movement and Kairi movement, hashtag We Want Kairi, which has not gone away at all. Look, I mean, even if she's not signed back, at least the least they can do is let her finish the story with Asuka.
At the very least, just let her finish the storyline.
We don't have to sign her to a contract or re-sign like you did R-Truth at Money in the Bank last year. Like Nick Khan called him up to bring him back, and now he's back, and he's a tag team champion with Damian Priest on SmackDown currently. But at least let Kairi finish the story. Like Io and Asuka should have been on the WrestleMania card with a payoff. Like Kairi got released for no reason. There's no payoff. Now Asuka and Io at Backlash. Now you feel nothing. It's just a match. Yeah, it's going to be a great match. Don't get me wrong at Backlash. But it's that Kyrie not there. The feud feels like it's missing something. And Kyrie is that one. Kyrie Sane's that one. They don't have to bring her back, sign to a nice deal, or even with a pay cut. But at least let Kyrie Sane finish the story with Asuka that it deserves. That's the least they can do. I think Io Sky wins this, whether Kyrie Sane shows up or not. Either way, I think Io Sky wins this.
Yeah, I'm going with Io, and happy birthday to Io Sky as well.
Yes, today's her birthday. Happy birthday to
turned
Genius of the
36
Sky.
years old.
She don't look 36.
How much you bet? The Evil brought her some birthday gifts?
Yeah, he's now Nakaru in NXT.
Yeah,
and I think he's in the NXT title match with NXT title picture with Tony D as well.
Yeah.
It's Tim, Tony D, Tavion Heights, and this Will Cruz guy who's now Mason Rook. And I see people online comparing him to Kevin Owens.
I mean, he does. He's kind of similar to KO. He hasn't cut a promo yet. Let's hope he's good at that.
He did cut something at the end of NXT Tuesday. My name is Mason Rook.
Yeah. I mean, he's very talented.
Yeah.
But happy birthday, Kyrie Sane and Io Sky. Sorry. And well, maybe Kyrie's birthday is months away. Happy early birthday to her.
Yes.
Happy birthday to Io, and I think she beats Asuka.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be a good match, but again, it's missing something. When you release Kyrie, and like that was a turning point for the bad. Like Kyrie should have never been released in the first place. Stupid to let her go. And there's just Io and Asuka should have been on WrestleMania, and there was no payoff. That's what pissed me off the most. But moving on to the rest of the Backlash card, I believe the rest of the card. Looking up the Backlash card.
Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams.
Yes, thank you. For the United States Championship. Apparently Sami Zayn's a heel, and he turned heel by beating up a gingerbread man. Yes, I know.
Yeah, a fucking mannequin. And they have Trick Williams, who's supposedly the heel, coming out to make the save. Yes, you have a babyface attacking a mannequin, and the mannequin is being saved by a heel.
Or a face, or what have you.
Yeah. I guess Trick Williams is a babyface because he's very over with that audience.
He acted like a babyface on SmackDown last week.
Yeah, may as well be a babyface.
Yeah.
I'm going with Trick Williams.
He said something I saw. It's like he was interviewed by Jackie Redmond or Kathy Kelly. Trick Williams, one of his catchphrases. Hey, he's like, let's talk about it.
Yeah,
Trick Williams, though, very over. I mean, again, he's still a future piece of the company.
Yeah, I'm going with Trick. No reason to take the belt off him.
Really? I'm actually going bold prediction here. I'm going with Sami Zayn because if you really want to cement this double turn, like, if you have Trick win over clean, like, and Sami loses clean, like, this, like, it's not a double turn yet. It's in that phase, but it's not completed yet. Like, you're not going to have this completed fully with Sami really losing. And especially losing clean. I would say Sami wins back the championship, but that's where they cement this double turn. And have Trick Williams chase. And plus, Carmelo Hayes is still out. You could involve him in the story as well. So, I'm actually going to Sami Zayn win back the championship. The cement double turn Sami heel Trick face. And they continue this feud coming out of Backlash.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we see Carmelo Hayes at Backlash.
Yeah.
Maybe a triple threat match with all three at SummerSlam.
You could do that. Which honestly should have been the WrestleMania match.
Yeah.
If you ask me. But
We talk about another guy that should have been on the Mania card, the Carmelo Hayes.
yeah. But you're going Trick Williams. I'm going to go Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. This should be really good. This I'm looking forward to at Backlash. They had a very good promo a few weeks ago on Raw, the Open Raw. And I've been liking their build so far. Even with a 3-week build to Backlash, I've been liking what Seth and Braun are doing.
Yeah.
Nice back and forth between the two. Involving the Vision and the Street Profits has been good with it as well. Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. I am going with Braun Breaker because it's his first snatch back.
I'm going with Seth Rollins.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going with Rollins. And he just lost at WrestleMania. And the reason I'm going with it is because I don't think this is what I'm done. I think we see another match between Braun and Seth at Clash of Italy.
Yeah, I don't think this is one and done at all.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're going to have to do a finish in a way that where it builds to a rematch.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm going with Rollins on this one.
So I mean, either way it should be good. I mean, whether Seth wins, but he just wins by the skin of his teeth, or wins the roll up and Braun Breaker attacks him after they do like a big attack angle, or Braun Breaker wins, but Heyman costs Seth the match and it's like a fuck finish.
Yeah.
Something like that. Either way, whoever wins, if you're going Seth, I'm going Braun. Either way, whoever wins, this is not over. This is just it's just not one and done at all. And definitely Clash in Italy Part 2 with this, I could see for sure. And if they have King of the Ring this summer around like June Night of Champions time, if they have King of the Ring again, perhaps Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins in the King of the Ring finals. If Seth wins that, we get Seth versus Roman for the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam, which was the original planned WrestleMania World Title match this year. Thoughts on that?
I see that. Especially,
Uh-oh. Did someone hack Adam Carl? Did TKO hate what we said so much they tried to hack Adam Carl?
maybe.
Anyway, you were saying about Roman and Seth.
Yeah, that guy. I mean, they had a backstage segment on Raw. I mean,
Yeah.
I think honestly that would be. I think that's the SummerSlam match.
They had a stare down at the beginning of Raw this past Monday. I'm glad you brought that up too, actually.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that's the SummerSlam match. They were supposed to get it at Mania this year.
Yeah.
Had Rollins not got hurt, this would have been the Mania match this year for the world title.
Yeah, imagine if Seth didn't get hurt at Perth, Australia last October.
Yeah, the entire WrestleMania card would look very different.
And probably better off. And we probably could have got Orton and Aleister at Mania. And who knows? Maybe Aleister and Orton could have attacked Punk and Cody maybe after a match, something like that. It probably would have saved Aleister's job.
Yeah.
But fuck Ari Emanuel for including Pat McAfee. But also Ricky in the chat. To really turn Sammy, have him cost Cody the title against Gunther. You could probably do that too.
You can.
They've been having back and forth verbally lately backstage. It would make sense.
And the main event of Backlash.
Oh, then Ricky says, have Orton win King of the Ring, then he beats Cody at SummerSlam. I'm going Seth and Breaker.
I don't think Radio does not need King.
No.
I don't think he needs it.
No, he's the main man. Why would he win King of the Ring?
Yeah.
You know? But then he mentioned the main event for Backlash for the World Heavyweight Championship. Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fought 2. The build that hasn't been much different compared to the Bloodline for 4 years from 2020 to 2024. This feels a lot of the same with the Usos and now Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Hikuleo. I mean, for fuck's sakes, we had Usos versus MFTs in the main event of SmackDown Friday. I didn't even watch. And Jacob Fatu with the all gas, no brakes, the mean, and then Jacob Fatu apparently debuting this new claw hold. He's done it to Roman Reigns twice now in 2 weeks in a row now. Now, this is lost Adam Carl for whatever reason. Don't know why. Sorry guys here for this little thing. Don't know why that happened. Let me try and get Adam Carl back in here. Done. Sorry about that, guys. Here we go. Let's see. Paste. Get in here on Carl. Here we go. Let me find out. So apologize on that, guys, with the Adam Carl. All of a sudden, I don't know what happened to him, but oh, there we go.
I don't know what happened there.
Maybe TKO again. Maybe it was TKO. Maybe it's Tony Khan or Sappy Boy that tried to take us down. Who knows? It's a mystery, but anyways, Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, as I was saying. This is pretty interesting how this could go. Now, the build not much different to the bloodline from 2020 to 2024. We'll see what happens with the main event of Backlash tomorrow. Paul Heyman did say something, though, about expect something or whatnot. I don't know if I really believe that much, but time will tell.
I think Roman retains.
I'm actually going a bold prediction here. Especially if Roman's not booked much of June. He may, for like all of May, or maybe he doesn't drop the title here, but at Clash in Italy. What if this, and I'm going a bold prediction, and I'll tell you why. I'm going Jacob Fatu to actually win the world title tomorrow. And the reason why, the Usos, Roman Reigns has still not apologized to Jimmy and Jey Uso for how he treated them in the early days of the Bloodline in the early 2020s. And Roman's still not apologized to them and treated them as both young boys. And you have Usos screw Roman at Backlash, costing the title against Jacob Fatu.
Interesting.
There's not to think about. The Usos are a big factor in this. Roman was beat down Monday on Raw by Fatu. Usos were not even there. They were in the back, but they didn't come out to save Roman nothing. Or stop Fatu. Even on SmackDown Friday, where Usos, after the match with MFTs, and Fatu is walking backwards on the ramp aisle, Usos, didn't attack Fatu. That's something to think about. What if the Usos and Fatu are onto something, and Jimmy and Jay cost Roman the world title at Backlash, and Fatu wins the world title, actually?
That would be great. That would actually be a...
And it's something different and fresh for Raw, something they could use.
Yeah. That's actually a great idea when you think about it.
That's actually big, unpredictable, not safe, like a risk. Fatu's going to be a future piece. I don't know about right now. He's almost to that point where he's ready. But that's like a big risk. And that's not, I don't think that's safe. Do you think that's safe? Because I don't think it's safe. Because Roman just retaining and then the end credits, that's safe. We can't do that. So I'm actually going the bold route. So if you're going Roman, I'm going to go Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
Now, with Usos aligned with Fatu, there'd be a heel faction. Do we even get this guy involved in the story signed to WWE from the Indies? Zilla Fatu, the son of Umaga.
Son of Umanga.
Yeah, or how William Regal would pronounce Umenga.
Yeah.
I don't know if this company would have the balls to do that, but imagine Zilla Fatu involved.
That'd be great.
I mean, the guy's been ready. I don't know what they're waiting for trying to sign him. He's killing it on the indies. I think he's
Yeah.
more than earned a WWE contract.
For real.
He's killing it in House of Glory, killing it on the indies. Honestly, Zilla Fatu's the guy, bro, that should have been signed months ago. But Zilla Fatu, and this would make sense too, and make it a little different. But I'm gonna go Jacob Fatu winning.
I'm
And
going
Ricky
with
even says, "You forgot to predict on Cena's announcement." Yeah, Cena says it's gonna be something that's gonna change the game forever. It's probably Club WWE, and that's fucking lame.
I
That's
love
another
Cena.
thing with these companies. Oh, big announcement. It's going to change a landscape. A new era. Every single week they say that shit.
I love Cena, but does this announcement mean anything?
TKO's just using him for a money grab. That is not Cena at all. Like, he's worth so much better than that. And if you're going to bring him in just for that, don't waste our time.
Like, unless it's WrestleMania in London announcement, that should not be anything else.
Exactly. Like, if you're just going to bring him in for a club WWE, like, that is a big fucking letdown. That's a good way to disappoint your fans.
Yeah. Cena, have him use him in a way that it actually makes sense.
Yeah. To use him for club WWE announcement is a horrible idea. Horrible.
What, the WWE Club WWE?
Yeah.
Like that's the best they have for Cena on the show.
Like, talk about a fucking letdown.
If you're gonna use Cena on the show, why not have him confront Roman Reigns? Or confront CM Punk, something like that.
Yeah, it just feels so underwhelming if you're going to use Cena just for club WWE announcement. Like, really?
I mean, I know Cena says that he still wants more roles in WWE. I know he says, he wants to continue having roles in the company, but it's like that's not how you use. That's not the best usage of Cena on television. Like,
No,
if
it
he's
isn't.
there, hey, have it make sense, make it big.
Yeah.
Having
And
it promote
lately, these
the
WWE announcements are all big,
WWE.
groundbreaking announcement. Every single one of them lately has been a total letdown. Honestly, to the point where there's no credibility almost in that anymore.
Yeah. It's like with Tony Khan, which is doing these major announcements.
Like, oh, major announcement. Then it leads to, like, people, and then when you have something said major announcement, a lot of people speculate it's something huge, groundbreaking. Then they get something less of that. That's not a good look.
Yeah,
And the more you say major announcement, and it always leads to something a letdown, at that point, people are going to stop taking that seriously.
Yeah.
Like, this is what Tony Khan used to do, major announcement. Then when people start to care, then what's a letdown, people start giving fuck all about it.
Like, literally,
That's
it got to the point where it became a running joke.
And it's just a laughing stock. No one takes it seriously anymore. Or takes you seriously saying that.
My God.
It's a fucking joke. It's comedy hour at that point. Oh, yeah. Major announcement. Yeah, sure thing.
Like, what's John Cena's major announcement going to be? He's coming out of retirement. He will wrestle Mason Rook.
Yeah, that's never going to happen. I have a better chance of dating Jennifer Aniston than Cena coming out of retirement wrestling Mason Rook.
Yeah.
Seriously. Like, I have a feeling this is going to be a letdown.
Maybe John Cena's the new TKO president.
It would probably be better than Mark Shapiro and Ari Emanuel at this point. At least Cena's a wrestling guy.
Yeah. At least he cares about the business.
Yeah. But yeah, I expect this scene announcement to be a total letdown. I'm not setting myself up high for disappointment like a lot of these people are in the IWC. I'm not being one of those people at all. There's one thing in life: never set yourself up high for disappointment. Never.
And Cena's living in Tampa anyway, right? That's
Yes.
pretty much why he's being used. Like he lives.
Yeah, I think he lives in Tampa.
Yeah, he doesn't have any movie commitments, as far as I know. So they can use him however they want.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the announcement with Cena and stuff. NXT Tuesday was all right. Like I mentioned, Mason Rook. We had a SmackDown shit show Friday as usual.
Yeah. We had a tag team match. We had the Lash Legend and Nia Jax against Brie Bella and Paige.
Yeah, moving on.
We had the MFTs against the Usos in the main event of SmackDown.
Yeah, you want to know why SmackDown shit? There you go. It feels like the fucking Bloodline show coming out of Mania, especially on fucking SmackDown.
You have the Usos who are not even on Raw or not even on
Like,
SmackDown.
can Dwayne Johnson on the board not get enough Samoan? Does he have this much of a fucking hard-on for Samoan? Like, holy shit!
They love them Samoans.
And Ricky says Lizzie Rain already into the title picture. Oh yes, yeah. I forgot to mention her. Yes, she's another one that's going to be a big deal from NXT. Lizzie Rain. She's great.
There was a vignette for Blake Monroe on SmackDown.
Yes, Blake Monroe debuting soon. It's said to be the end of May she's going to debut, but time will tell. I'm looking forward to seeing Blake Monroe. She's going to do great. It looks like she's going to enter the U.S. women's title picture on SmackDown. Tiffany Stratton, Blake Monroe, women's U.S. title. I could see it.
I won't mind it. Take my money.
Yeah. And I think tonight on SmackDown, getting Tiffany Stratton and Chelsea Green, I think, for the women's U.S. title.
Is it Kiana James?
Kiana James, thank you. Speaking of Chelsea Green, she went through a heart procedure, which I'm glad she's okay for, by the way.
Yeah. She had, I think, heart surgery.
Yes.
Yeah, and then she's not gonna be in the ring for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad. But moving on, I think that was with SmackDown. It was a shit show. It really was a shit show Friday. NXT was fine. We had Raw was actually solid. For a go-home show, it was solid.
Yeah, it was good.
We had Penta and Javon Evans versus Rusev, Ethan Page. Tag team match. I'm surprised it's not on Backlash for the Fatal 4-Way for the IC title. And that IC title scene on Raw is looking pretty good.
If anything, this should be on Backlash. That Fatal 4-Way match.
Yeah, that or the Fatal Influence 6-woman tag with Charlotte, Alexa, and Rhea Ripley. You also had on Raw this Opa Femi Open Challenge. Before that, Ricky mentioned Sol Ruka contract signing. Yeah, they Def Rebelled her, which I hated. But you had a contract signing a Raw contract with Becky Lynch. Sol Ruka cut a good promo saying, I'll snatch your soul, Becky. And then Becky was trying to punch Sol Ruka. She soul ducked, and Adam Pearce got punched by Becky Lynch instead. Adam Pearce and Becky Lynch have an argument. Then Sol Ruka, and I feel bad for Sol Ruka. This was a botch. And because the first thing on Raw with Sol Ruka, I mean, it botched Soul Snacker because I don't know what happened with the ropes. They were slippery or greasy. I don't know what happened. But Sol Ruka slipped when she was trying to go for Soul Snatcher, and she stepped on a step on the rope, then a Soul Snatcher. And WWE had to edit that out to make it look like Sol Ruka did the clean Soul Snatcher on Becky Lynch in the ring.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but there must have been a miscommunication.
Yeah, it did not look good at all. But listen, Becky Lynch Women's IC title program with Sol Ruka, I like it. I like it a lot. This is perfect for Solbrooke on the main roster. I don't like the fact that they Death Rebelled her, but this is a good start for Solbrooke on the main roster, feuding with one of the greatest in Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
So I like this move a lot.
We had Finn Balor versus JD McDonough.
And McDonough won because of the Judgment Day, of course.
Yeah.
And we had Roxanne Perez, Finn Balor telling Roxanne, listen, the Judgment Day doesn't care about you, they're using you. Could this be foreshadowing? Maybe Roxanne Perez winning Money in the Bank this September. And she cashed in on Liv Morgan for the Women's World title end of this year, beginning of next year. Similar to Tiffany Stratton cashing in on Nia at the beginning of last year. Could we see that?
You can do that.
It's interesting. Very interesting in the story.
Yeah. You could do this how you could turn Roxanne babyface.
Yeah. I didn't think much like who's the better heel, Roxanne or Liv. I think Liv is better as a heel than a face. I mean, Roxanne is a good heel too. I mean, I think both are better as heels. But if there's one that works better as heel the most out of the two, it's Liv Morgan. And Roxanne Perez is the prodigy. She's another future piece. I mean, she's going to do good. I think they were in Laredo, Texas. Before the Raw Go Home show for Backlash, they were in Laredo. Roxanne Perez got a nice pop in her hometown. I think it was her, Raquel beat Lyra, Valkyria, and Bailey. Roxanne got the pin with the pop rock. She got a big pop.
Yeah.
I could see Roxanne winning the Money in the Bank and turning face and cashing in on Liv Morgan. Then the Raquel Rodriguez, where she sides with, is an interesting one too. You know? So I like where they're going with that potentially.
Very interesting developments there. That's a big storyline.
Yeah. Oh, and then the Joe Hendry, Paul, can we fire Logan Paul? I have that song stuck in my head now, bro. Thanks to Joe Hendry.
Yeah, let's say Logan Paul, he does not believe in Joe Hendry.
He says, no, you can't fire me. I'm unfireable. You can't fire me. And the Vision now feuding with the Street Profits. Why is this not on Backlash for the World Tag Team titles? Why?
Beats me. But we got time for a tag team match with the Miz and Kit Wilson.
Yeah.
Against Danhausen and the Mystery Partner.
Yeah. We got Joe Hendry and the Street Profits feuding with the Vision now. We also have the Obafemi Open Challenge. Now, the one who answered the challenge, when I saw Alpha Academy, it's like, oh, fuck, Akira Tozawa, really? But it was Otis.
Yes, because that's exactly what's going to get Obafemi over, wrestling Tozawa.
Oh, but it was Otis. This is not as bad.
Bro, I said it last year, and I'll say it here. I said it when they had Alpha Academy feuding with Rusev.
And then
feuding with Tozawa. Feuding with Otis and Tozawa is not going to get you over.
No.
I love Otis. I love the guy, but what has he done in the last how many years?
He's a funny guy and he loves the company, but it's like he's done nothing. I'm surprised him and Tozawa, especially Tozawa, survived the cuts recently.
Literally.
Like, I don't know who's the bigger cockroach, the Miz or Akira Tozawa.
maybe Tozawa. Yeah, he made Nick Khan some good Japanese sushi.
Maybe some nice shrimp tempura.
Yeah, maybe that's how he got to keep his job.
Maybe he cooked Nick Khan some delicious hibachi chicken and shrimp, surf and turf, with some fried rice.
I don't wish for anybody to lose their jobs, obviously. Like, how is he still there? Tozawa, that is. Like, how is he surviving these cuts?
He's been there 10 years.
Yeah, he's done nothing. Like, he's a jobber.
Yeah.
He's not even used on television. Rarely if ever.
Yeah. But Obafemi Open Challenge. One word to describe this. Lazy. Lazy.
They
Adam
don't
Carl,
want
I'm sure you think it's lazy too. I'm going to give you the floor and hear this too.
I understand they don't want to take Oba off of the television show. The guy is very over, so they don't want to take him off TV. The problem is, why are they doing an open challenge with him? Like think about this from a kayfabe standpoint, from a storyline standpoint. Who would want to step up to Oba? If Oba's doing these open challenges, who would want to step up to Oba right after he defeated Brock Lesnar?
I think some very few.
Like literally. Like this is the best that they got for Oba. It's like the guy beats Brock Lesnar, and now he's doing squash matches against people like Otis and Tozawa
Yeah, it's like, really? Like,
and Grayson Waller.
yeah, a guy who's dead to. I'm surprised he wasn't caught.
Yeah, the New Day. They asked for the release and left. I don't know what happens to Grayson Waller now. I'm kind of worried for him.
Yeah.
Add him in the division or something like that.
I don't know, but it's like with this Oba Femi Open Challenge, I was thinking, and this could actually have started a feud. Now, I don't know if this could still happen. I was thinking Sheamus. Oba Femi versus Sheamus? Imagine?
Yeah, like where's Sheamus? Is he medically cleared?
He got injured his shoulder last November. He's been out since November.
Like he should be cleared right now.
I don't know when. I don't know if he's cleared to go or soon. I don't know. But get him back. Get him in the IC title picture on Raw. Again, that IC title picture on Raw is very strong. You got Ethan Page, Rusev, Penta, Javon Evans, Dragon Lee, Rey Mysterio, Sheamus. I'm sure I'm missing some others too, but you got Grayson Waller if they. Oh, so Chad Gable when he's out of this El Grande shit. Let's get Chad Gable in there. Kaiser Americano. Let's get Chad Gable in there.
Yeah, let's get Chad Gable in there and Ludwig Kaiser.
Yeah. Why was this? I was hoping Sheamus, but it could still happen, but it's like Sheamus and Oba Femi, that's gonna get Oba Femi to the next level like it did Rusev last year.
Yeah.
Like you said, guys like Tozawa and Otis are not gonna get the job done to get someone like Oba Femi over. Look with Rusev last year.
Yeah, this guy was coming out to silence.
Yeah, no reaction, which is not a good look at all.
Yeah, this guy came back to the company.
It's a very worrying sign. When you come out to no reaction, that's worrying.
Yeah, he comes back to the company and he comes out to no reaction. But then again, he's feuding with Otis and Tozawa. Like, nothing against those guys, obviously. But it's like, feuding with them is not going to get somebody over.
Nope.
Feuding and having Oba feuding with them isn't going to help him either.
But you have Oba Femi feud with guys like Sheamus. That's different.
Yeah.
Sheamus would bring the best out of him.
Yeah. And there's the other thing with Oba. I mean, I get they don't want to take him off the show, but it's like he has nothing to do for Backlash.
Yeah.
So why is he on the show? Like, he has
I
nothing
don't
to
get
do
it, man.
with Backlash. He's not going to be at the pay-per-view. Like, you could have had Oba come out every week in segments, cutting promos, explaining who he is, showcasing his character and charisma. And maybe if you wanted him in a match, maybe have him on the Clash of Italy card. Like,
What the fuck
like
do
that.
I know, man?
Yeah. Like, why? Like, doing these open challenges is so lazy. It's not going to help you.
And all these companies, it's not just WWE. This is one of my biggest pet peeves. One of the things I hate. WWE, AEW, TNA, every wrestling company out there uses and abuses these open challenges. Every single pro wrestling company does these open challenges all the time. It's a fucking crutch, and it's lazy, it's uncreative, and it's filler for a show, for a 1, 2, or 3 hour show. It's a crutch, and it's lazy booking to its finest. It's pure laziness. And every wrestling company does these all the time. It's not just WWE. AEW's been doing them with these Darby Allin World Title Open Challenges recently. So it's not just WWE. All these wrestling companies do these open challenges, and I don't like it. because it's lazy.
Yeah.
Well, look
Still,
at Dynamite Wednesday. Darby Allin versus Kevin Knight for the world title. Yeah, like if Kevin Knight had any shot at beating Darby for the world title. I mean, next week we're getting Okada versus Darby Allin. Next week on Dynamite for the world title. Next week on Dynamite. Like, Okada has a chance of winning the title? Please, give me a break. You know? Darby Allin versus Ciampa for the world title. Ciampa stood no chance.
Darby Allin and Brody King.
Yeah, that too. Brody King had no shot at beating Darby for the world title. If you thought he had a shot, you're an idiot.
And then we're gonna get Darby Allin versus Pac tomorrow.
Yep, on Collision. A match that Pac will not win, by the way.
Yeah. And we're gonna get Darby and Okada on Wednesday.
Lazy booking.
The match that Okada will not win too.
So why? And correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Okada facing Takeshita at Double or Nothing in New York City for the what is it? The Continental Championship or what have you?
International title.
International. Sorry. There's so many titles in AEW. I've lost count which ones there are in the company.
Maybe we get the AEW Paramount shit.
Oh, jeez. I wouldn't put it past them, though.
Here's the AEW Paramount champion, Kevin Knight.
Yeah, the international title, right?
Yeah, the international championship. Okada is defending that title against Takeshita Double or Nothing.
And why is Okada challenging for the world title next week in a match he's not winning?
Because you see there, bro, he defeated Brian Keith.
Who?
Jobber. Yeah, he defeated him on Dynamite.
Holy shit. Ricky says, could I be a guest on here at some point? I mean, we'll talk about it. We'll see. I'd love to have you on the show when it works for you, but absolutely one of these days, yes. But yeah, these open challenges in wrestling are a lazy crutch. It's a Band-Aid. It's so uncreative, and it's nothing, and you said it the other day, bro, it's filler. It's nothing but filler on a 1, 2, or 3 hour show. To fill, like, what, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
That's all it is. Oh, but it worked. Oh, but John Cena did it in 2015. You didn't complain about that. There's a difference with that. There's a big difference with that. Like, Cena did it to make the U.S. title mean something and introduce new faces to WWE. And Seth Rollins did it 2018, and that got tiresome. Like, remember Rollins versus Ziggler a bunch of times on Raw in 2018 for the IC title? How repetitive that was?
Yeah.
They fought for 6 straight months in 2018. 6 straight months. Rinse and repeat. Oh, but it was great matches. What's there to complain about?
It's the same match over and over again.
Yeah. Yeah, same match. Nothing different. Rinse and repeat. But, like, I wish these open challenges in wrestling would go away. I do.
Yeah.
Like, it's nothing but a crutch. It is. Like, what was the point of this Obafemi open challenge?
Yeah.
Like, imagine next week they do Tozawa. Actually, Tozawa. Like, holy shit. Like, can we get Obafemi in something meaningful, please?
Why can't we get the Obafemi versus Logan Paul?
Yeah, that too. That could work, actually.
At least you're having Oba feud with a big name.
Yes, exactly. Oh, but Logan Paul's the tag team champion. You can't do that. Then take the titles off of them. Put it on the Street Profits.
Yeah.
You could do that. There's no excuse. I mean, the Street Profits are back. They're better than ever. Why not crown them?
Yeah, they look in great shape.
Yeah. Especially Montez.
Yeah, he looks shredded. Give them the
Yeah.
tag belts. Why not?
Yeah, can we get the World Tag Team titles on Montez and Dawkins, please? It's doing nothing on Austin Theory and Logan Paul. It's doing nothing on those guys. How about we get the titles off Division, get Logan Paul feud with Oba Femi. That's where Oba Femi, that gets Oba to the next level outside of a Sheamus match. Guys like Tozawa and Otis will do nothing for Oba Femi. Nothing.
Yeah.
We also got I mentioned the Americanos. Dude, they got the Creed brothers and the El Grande masks, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not making this up, guys.
We have Julio and Bruto.
Bruto, yeah.
I'm sorry for the language. Maybe I don't. How do we spell their name in Spanish?
There's Julio Bruto.
Yeah. Maybe somebody who's Hispanic there. If somebody watches there, help us there with our Spanish. How do we translate Julius Creed and Brutus Creed into Spanish names? Like somebody can help us.
Yeah,
but the Creed, we may as well call them the Creed brothers.
Yeah, just call them the Creed brothers.
Yeah, we have Julius and Brutus, Americano mask. Brutus, the mask doesn't even fit on him.
Yeah, his head is so damn big, bro.
Yeah, it's as big as JD is. Yeah, now they are with Gable Americano. I don't know why they are masks though. Like this gimmick's not gonna last long anyway.
Yeah, because on AAA, May 30th, it's mask versus mask. Gable Americano versus Kaiser Americano. Mask versus mask. Kaiser wins that, and Gable unmasks. Because the Kaiser Americano is the heel on Raw, but is a babyface in AAA. Gable Americano is a heel in AAA, but is a face on Raw. Luke Kaiser is going to keep the mask. Gable unmasks. I think it's about time we get Chad Gable and the Creeds back together on Raw as no masks.
I mean, the tag division could use some help.
Absolutely.
Creeds. Like when was the last time they even had them?
I couldn't tell you.
And then, there's the other thing with the booking, with Hunter. He's not perfect. Like, a lot of counts are being, lost in the shuffle, like the Creed brothers.
Yeah. He's not perfect by any means, but it's let's get the Creeds back on TV in a meaningful way.
Yeah, let's get Chad Gable back.
Yeah. Chad Gable is the IC champion. I think it's about that time.
Yeah. Or US champion.
Yeah. That makes even more sense. America made on SmackDown. Chad Gable's the United States champion. That makes all the sense in the world. Literally. But if you're going to get the Street Profits as World Tag Team Champions on Raw, what if we get the Street Profits and Creed Brothers on Raw for the World Tag Team titles in a feud?
I wouldn't mind it. That would be a good thing.
If anything, that's what they need. Because it's not doing anything on the Division, it's doing nothing on them. They won them in Madison Square Garden in late March this year, beating the Usos, and they've done nothing with them.
Yeah.
I don't think they've defended them since winning the titles, I don't think.
I don't believe.
So what is it doing on Austin Theory, Logan Paul? It's just props on them. But then the contract side, Jacob Fatu, Roman Reigns. That was okay, but that was Raw Monday. And then Dynamite, the 3-hour block. Yeah, I tuned out after during Collision.
Well, let's read the card together, bro. It was exciting. Exciting card, wasn't it, bro?
I'm so excited that I wasted good, valuable time watching Wednesday.
We had, listen to this, we had Darby Allin telling MJF that he has to earn his world title shot. That MJF has to put something on the line.
I'll put my diamond ring on the line.
And you know what Darby Allin wants MJF to put on the line?
I'll put my scarf on the line. I'll put my, what else did he say before the line you're going to say? What did he say? Shit. He said, I forget what it was. Then MJF's like, you're pissing me off.
Darby Allin wants MJF to put.
Well, it's
His
something you
hair.
fly to Turkey for a hair transplant if you're balding.
He wants MJF, Darby Allin, that is. He wants him to put his hair on the line.
So let me get this straight. MJF versus Darby Allin at Double or Nothing in a world title rematch in New York City. Hair versus title. If Darby retains, then MJF has to get his head shaved bald. Are you kidding me? This is the best we have for MJF. Really, are you kidding me?
MJF gets squashed. Last month, he gets squashed by Darby Allin. He loses that to Kevin Knight via low blow. Yes, the babyface beating a heel via low blow. And we're cutting promos. They have Darby Allin cutting promos every week, humiliating MJF. And he wants him to put his hair on.
Such creativity. Oh, well, they didn't have time to do something like this creatively. They didn't have time. They had a month to come up with something creative. Yeah, no time, my ass.
Oh God.
The excuses.
Oh, and let's see what happened as well on Dynamite. We had Jon Moxley defeating Juice Robinson to retain the Continental Championship.
Yeah, moving on.
We had Orange Cassidy defeating Dax Softwood in a double Jeopardy.
What the hell is a double Jeopardy match, bro?
I don't know. With this win, it means that the conglomeration are getting a tag team title match.
Oh, joy!
Kazuchika Okada defeated Brian Keith to retain the international title.
Who?
Yes, Brian Keith, a part of the learning tree. Whatever is left. And this match, get this, it went over 10 minutes. 10 minutes?
Why?
Let me get this straight. Okada
10 minutes. This should have went 10 seconds.
Let me get this straight. Kazuchika Okada, the international champion, is struggling to beat essentially a jobber in 10 minutes. Brian Keith, a guy who never wins a match on Dynamite or Collision. And that's the guy who Okada is struggling to beat. Carlos and Chris Statlander defeated Mina and Harley Cameron.
What does it mean? Nothing.
Beats me. And then, in the main event...
Max and Darby. Max even asked before the hair thing. Max said to Darby, "Oh, what about for money?" Darby said no.
Yeah, that's exactly what we needed. A money match.
Putting $500,000 on the line.
Max is gonna have to put up $1 million on the line.
Oh, jeez. Well, Tony Khan, then again, he loves his money matches.
And then in the main event, speaking of whom, Darby Allin successfully defended the AEW World Heavyweight Championship against Kevin Knight.
Yeah, as if Kevin Knight, the TNT champion, had any shot of winning the world title.
Good match. It was a good match.
Yeah.
I like both guys, but it was predictable. Like, Darby's not going to lose the title to anyone, not named MJF.
No.
And then Sting came out and raised both guys' hands. And speaking of Sting, the opening of Dynamite was they did a 10-bell salute paying tribute to Ted Turner.
Yeah.
Tony Schiavone and Sting, they talked about the relationship with Turner, how he changed their lives. They talked about WCW, Sting, saying how grateful he was to Turner. And obviously he also expressed his gratitude, expressed how thankful he also is for Tony to keeping wrestling on TNT and TBS. Any count that is. And then they did the 10-bell salute in homage to Ted Turner. That was classy.
It was.
I think they showed the graphic for Turner.
Yes, they did. I've seen it too.
Yeah. So once again, rest in peace, Ted Turner. Maybe considering there's SmackDown tonight, maybe WWE make a mention of him.
I would. I think that would be the right. I think that would be the right thing, honestly.
Yeah, maybe they have Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett mention about commentary. They mention his importance to professional wrestling. With WCW and all that.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Then we had Collision. That was Dynamite. The Collision card, which lasted an hour. Listen to this. Speedball Mike Bailey defeated AR Fox.
Huh? Who?
Yes, AR Fox is still employed with AEW.
Now, why was this match a thing on Collision? AR Fox for Speedball Mike Bailey. I mean, where's the story?
The story was that Speedball he had a taekwondo battles against Foxes, and he defeated them all single-handedly.
Or was AR Fox with his Foxes destroying Speedball Mike Bailey's favorite movie, The Karate Kid, and Speedball Mike Bailey had to throw the karate chops on AR Fox?
Yeah, he did karate chops on the Foxes. The Foxes, he was watching the Karate Kid movie, and they destroyed the television. And Speedball, he beat them all up with his karate kicks and chops. That's how we got the match between Mike Bailey and AR Fox.
Moving on.
We also had, I think there was a video package on Dynamite with John Moxley and Will Ospreay.
So, Ospreay, instead of in the Owen, is feuding with the Death Riders.
Well, the Owen still hasn't been announced yet. There's still a chance he's in it. He better
Hopefully.
be.
Yeah, if he's not, we got a problem.
Yeah. Oh, and we had a promo on Dynamite, I believe. We had Chris Jericho at the Not So Today.
Oh my God, Ricochet on the mic. Why?
Ricochet having a microphone in his hand. Who asked for this?
Who in their right mind thinks it's a good idea to give Trevor Mann a microphone?
Yeah, we're getting the Not So Demand against Chris Jericho and partners of his choosing in a Stadium Stampede match.
Oh, but what if Kofi and Woods go to AEW, the New Day, and they wrestle the Demand and Ricochet? Fuck no.
Mind you, they announced a pay-per-view match for Ricochet and the Not So Demand, but they have not announced yet a world title match.
Yeah, that makes sense, right?
And then we had Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin making the save for Jericho.
Oh, and by the way, Double or Nothing, Stadium Stampede. Chris Jericho and Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin of the Hurt Syndicate and two mystery partners versus Ricochet, Bishop Khan, and Toa Leon and two mystery partners.
Hooray!
Yeah, I can't wait to not watch that.
This is the other thing. The Hurt Syndicate have been feuding with Ricochet and the Gates of Agony since September.
This is going on into May, by the way.
This feud has been going on for 8 months.
8 months too long.
8 fucking months. Who's asking for this?
8 months? This should have been 8 weeks.
Let's continue on. Speaking of feuds that don't end, speaking of feuds that have went on too long, Jamie Hayter defeated Sky Blue. Jamie Hayter has been feuding with Tekla since May of last year.
A year.
What is it with AEW and their obsession with never-ending feuds?
It's like, just end the damn shit already.
We had Roosh in a squash match against some jobber.
Why are we doing squash matches for Roosh when he is one of the best wrestlers they got on their roster, and this is the best we got for Roosh?
And then in the main event of Collision, we had the Bang Bang Gang, the Gun Club, Austin and Colton Gunn and Ace Austin, and the Young Bucks defeating the Death Riders, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Useless, and Danny Garcia, and the War Dogs.
Oh, yeah. You want to know why Collision is shit? There you go. Right there.
The 10-man tag. Wheeler Useless and Danny Garcia in the main event of Collision. 3-hour show headlined by Wheeler Useless and Danny Garcia.
Yeah, you see why Collision Dynamite was shit on Wednesday.
And it gets better. It gets even better. It gets even better. We have next week on Dynamite a 10-man tag. We're not done yet. We're not done yet with the 10-man tags. We're going to have. Listen to this. This is gonna be very exciting. This is gonna be very exciting when I tell you who the competitors of this match and who are in it. Drum roll, please.
I don't have my mute media for the drum roll, or do we? Let me see. Oh, I don't think we have it. Sorry.
Yeah, but the drum roll.
But go ahead.
Edge and Christian teaming up with the Young Bucks and Orange Cassidy against the War Dogs, Tommaso Ciampa, and FTR.
Yeah, I know.
Correct me
The
if I'm
crowd
wrong
is
on this.
pissed to hear
Correct
this
me-
announcement.
Correct me if I'm wrong on this. Aren't Edge and Christian and the Young Bucks rivals? They want to be the tag team champions.
Yep.
Why are they teaming up? Why are they teammates?
That's Tony Khan logic. He forgets.
Yeah, these two, they were going at it. Both teams were going at it. They're trying to get a title shot against FTR. And now they're suddenly their partners somehow.
Yeah, illogical one-on-one booking. Oh, it's the infamous Vince McMahon. Can they coexist, pal?
Exciting.
Remember that? Two feuding people or components. Yeah, can they coexist?
Yeah.
Creative, right?
Yeah, exciting.
And then Ricochet with a promo. Oh, but Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams buried him on the mic 4 years ago in NXT. Yeah, you see why.
Don't hurt
Remember
yourself.
what Carmelo Hayes said? Hey, look, Trick, Ricochet's got a microphone. I'm not sure he knows how to use it. Then Trick Williams told Ricochet, "Don't hurt yourself, dog." Remember that? Even Mello and Trick know this guy Ricochet fucking sucks on the mic. Oh my god. To give Ricochet a mic, who thought that was a great idea? And his promo was terrible. It was so bad.
Literally.
Ricochet, man. Oh, but WWE never gave him a mic time. You see why?
Yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah, that was Dynamite Wednesday, Dynamite Collision Wednesday. Shit show.
Yeah, so boring. 3 hours of by the way. 3 hours. We already have 3 hours SmackDown.
Yeah, I can't take a 3-hour SmackDown. You want us to take a 3-hour Dynamite Collision? Oh, but what if Dynamite goes to 3 hours?
No.
That should not even be a thought in the back with Will Washington and RJ City and Tony Khan. That's a terrible idea. Terrible. My God. But moving on from AEW talk, I think I may have talked about WWE talents told and agreed to take 50% pay cuts from TKO. I think I talked about that. Two other things to conclude this episode. We talked about Raja Jackson, yeah. This is the last thing to talk about on today's episode. Nick Khan. WWE President Nick Khan. It looks like he testified that the DOJ investigated sex trafficking. And it says that now you're wondering, has this undermined Vince McMahon's, quote, minor accounting errors statement? And you're wondering, is Nick Khan throwing Vince McMahon under the bus? And what could this all mean? Now, there's a WWE merger lawsuit in June of next month. I think I have the Twitter thing with this article on X. Here we go. Let me find it because I have it right here. Just gotta go to profile. Let me see. It's here. Let me see. It's here somewhere. It's definitely here. Just gotta find it because I liked and retweeted it. Oh, here we go. So this is from Brandon Thurston, and shout out to him, by the way. Now let's see. This is from Post Wrestling and Adam Carl. I believe I sent this to you individually on X as well. I think I'm gonna let you have the floor on this right here. I think I sent you the article beforehand.
Yeah, I already saw it.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I already saw it.
Oh, yeah. It says that sworn deposition testimony from WWE President Nick Khan states that the Department of Justice's criminal investigation involving Vince McMahon included possible violations of sex trafficking statutes. Although no charges related to the investigation were filed against McMahon, Khan's statements under oath undermine his former boss's January 2025 claim, asserting that the federal inquiry was nothing more than a matter of, quote, minor accounting errors. Khan's testimony was taken in December 2025 as part of the ongoing shareholder merger lawsuit against former WWE board members in the Delaware Chancery Court. McMahon negotiated several NDAs in which he agreed to pay millions of women who formerly worked for WWE across many years and who accused him of sexual misconduct. McMahon signed at least some of those agreements on behalf of both himself and the company. After the scandal made the headlines in 2022, WWE had to correct its financial reporting filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission to account for the payments that also provided protections for the company. In January 2025, following a settlement with the SEC, in which he was ordered to pay a $400,000 penalty and repay WWE $1.3 million, McMahon issued a statement that read, quote, "Today ends nearly 3 years of investigation by different government agencies. There has been a great deal of speculation about what exactly the government was investigating and what the outcome would be. As today's resolution shows, much of that speculation was misguided and misleading. Of course, Vince McMahon not taking responsibility. Typical Vince McMahon." Then McMahon added, quote, "In the end, there is never anything more to this than minor accounting errors with regard to some personal payments that I made several years ago while I was CEO of WWE. I'm thrilled that I can now put all this behind me." End quote. Now, Nick Khan's testimony stands in contrast to the statement. An attorney for the shareholder plaintiffs asked Khan when he became aware that the DOJ was looking into matters beyond accounting issues. Quote, "When the search warrants for the devices were served upon Vince, Brad Blum and Vince's personal assistant, and when those warrants were sent from Vince's lawyers to WWE's lawyers, and they were read to me and it included sex trafficking, is when I was aware of it." Khan responded while under oath in the Los Angeles law office last December of last year. Now, above, a portion of Nick Khan's deposition transcript filed publicly in the WWE merger shareholder lawsuit. Quote A precedes testimony from Khan, highlights added by Post Wrestling. A search warrant in this context is a court order allowing law enforcement to seize specific items. One was executed on McMahon on July 17, 2023, according to a WWE securities disclosure filed soon after. Federal authorities had possession of a phone belonging to McMahon until last year. According to court filings in the merger suit, in which the plaintiffs alleged McMahon pre-selected Endeavor as his deal partner in the sale process that led to the creation of TKO. Khan and others who were WWE board members at the time are co-defendants along with McMahon, all of whom denied the suit's key allegations. Former employee Janelle Grant sued McMahon and WWE in an ongoing civil case submitted in January 2024, alleging she was sexually assaulted by McMahon as well as sex trafficked to former executive John Laurinaitis. People power. Had to do that.
Listen to the people.
Yeah, I listen to the people. They love me for it. I'm John Laurinaitis. I'm the executive vice president of talent relations. People power. Yeah, fuck him, that scumbag John Laurinaitis. Johnny Ace. Janelle Grant, she claims that at McMahon's behest, she sent sexually explicit images to Brock Lesnar amid his WWE talent contract negotiation. McMahon has denied Grant's allegations. Khan affirmed in multiple instances across his day-long deposition that he was aware sex trafficking was among the statutes that the government was examining. The deposition was among materials made public last month after this reporter initiated a process to challenge the confidential treatment of certain materials in the case, under a court rule that allows any person to do so. Khan also confirmed that DOJ prosecutors asked him about, quote, sex crimes during his own government interview. In addition to questions about the recording of payments, in the deposition related to the TKO merger, the plaintiff attorney, Edward Timlin, asked Khan whether a grand jury subpoena received by WWE sometime after September 2nd, 2022, before the later warrants, also referenced sex trafficking. Khan initially said he didn't recall, but after Timlin described the subpoena as containing sex trafficking statutes, Khan said, I'm hearing you say, I do recall when I read the grand jury subpoena that it said something about trafficking in there. The grand jury subpoena is demand for evidence to help those jurors decide if a person should be charged with a crime. Grand jury proceedings are confidential because McMahon was never indicted. Most details about the investigation have never been made public, though the Wall Street Journal reported in February 2024 that McMahon was being investigated for sex trafficking and sexual assault allegations. Earlier in his deposition in the merger case, Timlin showed Khan a document and told him that the grand jury subpoena contained both security statutes and sex trafficking statutes. Khan confirmed. He subsequently learned that sex trafficking statutes were among the violations under investigation. Quote, I certainly did learn that was the case, Khan said according to the transcript. McMahon's representative said in early 2025 that the investigation had concluded without any charges. The former WWE CEO and chairman has denied all allegations of sexual misconduct made against him. Of course, because again, Vince will never blame himself. It's never Vince's fault. Now, one part of Khan's testimony speaks to McMahon's legal team's awareness to the subject of the subject matter of the DOJ inquiry. Khan testified that search warrants, which indicated sex trafficking was under consideration, were, quote, sent from Vince's lawyers to WWE lawyers. If accurate, that means McMahon's own attorneys from white shoe law firm Kirkland and Ellis had the documentation from the government years before McMahon's January 2025 statement characterizing the entire matter as involving only accounting concerns. This week, Post Wrestling sent a detailed inquiry to McMahon's current public relations representatives, presenting them with Khan's testimony. We asked specifically if it was McMahon's position that he was never investigated for sex trafficking or other sexual misconduct allegations. We did not receive a response or any other comments from them for the story, despite multiple attempts to reach the representatives. In June 2024, federal prosecutors from the Southern District of New York, the office that was investigating McMahon's conduct, intervened in Grant's civil suit, asking for a 6-month stay on the case, a step commonly taken to prevent evidence requests in a civil lawsuit from interfering with a simultaneous criminal investigation. Soon after the request for the stay, in June 2024, Post Wrestling received the following characterization from a source close to the situation, which we did not publish. Quote, the federal investigation that prompted the government to seek a 6-month stay in the civil lawsuit brought by Ms. Grant against Vince McMahon is focused exclusively on disclosure and accounting issues at WWE surrounding NDAs. The source told us, there is no mention of sex trafficking in any of the government papers filed with the court. Now, and it's a long article, I know. Now, separately from Khan's testimony, Grant recently posted on Instagram of an image of what appears to be a letter addressed to her from the FBI's victim notification system dated May 2023. And I think it's something of from May 2023 to December 2025. It says the text accompanying McMahon's post states she received multiple similar letters between May 3 years ago and December last year. Now it says Post Wrestling sent an email to the FBI New York requesting that the press office verify the authenticity of the letter that appears in Grant's post. The office did not respond. Now, looking at other stuff here. Up here. I think it's a long article, but
Yeah, but Nick. Yeah, but long story short, Nick Khan dismissed Vince's statements.
is Nick Khan throwing Vince McMahon onto the bus right here?
Yeah. Vince McMahon lying once again.
It's because, again, it's never Vince's fault. It's always somebody else's fault. Typical Vince McMahon.
Yeah, he needs to throw somebody under the bus.
He needs somebody as scapegoats. There's fall men, fall guys.
Yeah.
There are 3 things in life, bro.
Death, taxes, and Vince McMahon always getting it wrong.
No shit on this. No shit. And apparently there's this merger lawsuit next month. I mean, like I said, Mark Shapiro is saying that you're pretty much covering up for Vince, saying it was never Vince's goal to return to power under Endeavor. Yeah, right.
Yeah, sure. But
Man, oh man, yeah. This, Nick Khan throwing Vince under the bus. I don't know what this means, but what do you think this could mean?
right, for all these people that always keep saying, "Oh, we want Vince back," yeah, good luck with that. This man is never gonna come back.
Yeah, there are idiots out there that say, "Oh, if Triple H sucks, bring Vince back." I'm telling, there are people like that.
Yeah, you got the president of the company, president of WWE, throwing McMahon under the bus.
For all we know, when the original Wall Street Journal articles got leaked out in June 2022, for all we know, it's either Stephanie McMahon or Nick Khan that leaked those out to the Wall Street Journal, being one of them being the whistleblower.
Yeah.
If not Stephanie, then Nick Khan. I'll be completely honest. Oh, but this doesn't mean much of anything. Vince will get away with it. He'll throw money at it.
You've got the FBI involved.
There's gotta be like unless there's good, concrete, solid evidence, something like this doesn't come out like that. When you have the feds, the FBI, the federal government, yeah, shit may go down.
Yeah.
Like the feds are searching this guy. And when you hear the feds involved, yeah, that's an oh shit. Something has got, there's got to be something evidence-wise. Maybe Janelle Grant knows something none of us know. There's got to be. Otherwise, why would this go out there?
Exactly.
Man, oh man. Man, oh man. Oh, but this merger lawsuit, not much will happen. Oh, Vince, Ari, and Shapiro are not in trouble. Well, those three could be deemed a major liability for WWE and TKO. If this is proven true, they could be a liability. And you know something as well? Ari Emanuel and Mark Shapiro, They knew Vince McMahon's sex trafficking allegations when Vince was trying to do the sale 3 years ago. It was it was a sham sale, according to the lawsuit from the shareholders. And Vince tried to sell the company, and by the way, it was never about selling the company. Vince was trying to sell the company to get power back. And he was trying to talk with Endeavor because he knew they would get him in power and get him back in charge. Ari Shapiro knew of Vince's allegations, yet negotiated with him anyway, after Comcast and Disney told Vince, no, stay away.
Fox.
And Fox as well, yeah. Ari Shapiro knew of Vince's allegations, yet negotiated with him anyway. They did nothing about it. I don't know. Any other comments on this, bro?
Also, this should honestly, I hope this jail grant case, I hope it goes to trial next month.
I know Vince wants to help it go to arbitration. Dude, I hope this goes to fucking trial.
Yeah. This guy belongs behind bars for the rest of his life.
Oh, but what about Ari and Shapiro? Well, fuck them.
Yeah. They should not be in charge of WWE.
I mean, they're just as bad. They allowed Vince to have the negotiations with them. I mean, they don't get away scot-free. They're just as guilty as Vince. They allowed the sex pest to negotiate with them, and they did nothing about it when others told Vince no.
Yeah, nobody wanted this man back. And yet Ari Emanuel and Mark Shapiro could read the room.
Vince, Ari, and Shapiro are really trying to get this to go to arbitration instead of trial. I hope this goes to fucking trial. Like, if the feds are involved, I mean, I'm praying this goes to trial. I do.
Yeah.
Like, fuck Vince McMahon, fuck Ari Emanuel, and fuck Mark Shapiro. Like, Vince should be in jail behind bars. Oh, well, Vince will throw money at it. Money will make everything better. You know, Vince could get away with it. He'll throw money at it. Oh, Vince will get away with it scot-free. It's a slap on the wrist.
But you got the feds involved. This man he's being accused of some of the worst things a human being could be accused of.
Like this man, like in the original, and you know something in the original allegations, Vince used company money to shut a bunch of ladies up and had them sign NDAs. The man should have been fired years ago for that.
He should have been removed from the company based on that alone.
Like over 20 years ago, having former divas on the roster, he was having sexual affairs with while Vince was cheating on his own wife. And then he wouldn't pay these ladies, then he had them sign NDAs to shut them up, and then he used company money to pay him in hush money. Just that alone is immediate termination worthy. This man has gotten away with way too much for way too long. Like, Vince McMahon is like a human cockroach, literally. Oh, but Vince will get away with it scot-free. Again, the feds are after him. Stuff like this does not get out unless there's evidence, and there's got to be evidence. Perhaps Janelle Grant knows something we don't. You know? There's got to be something. Got to be.
Exactly.
I so hope this goes to trial. This cannot go to arbitration. This has to go to trial. I don't know if it does, but I'm hoping. Go ahead.
For the rest of his life.
Sorry?
Yeah, this man belongs behind bars for the rest of his life. And throw away the key.
Yep. Lock him up like a rat in a cage. Whether you swallow the key, throw the away key, I don't care. Lock this man up. Behind bars for the rest of his life. Oh, but he's 80 years old. You can't do that. Fuck that. Fuck that.
This man ruined millions of lives. This man raped and sex trafficked multiple women.
And defecated on their foreheads while having sex with them.
Yeah. This man belongs behind bars until the day he dies.
And then Ari and Shapiro knew this. They talked with him anyway. And then when Ari went on CNBC, oh, I wouldn't have done that deal without Vince McMahon. I would have body slammed him.
As if Ari Emanuel knows how to hit a body slam.
Yeah. And Ari and Shapiro are in trouble too. They're just as guilty as Vince.
Yeah, they knew what this man did, and they did nothing about it.
And if this comes out true and if this is proven true, oh, but what could this do to Ari and Shapiro? Well, it could be a liability.
Exactly.
Like, two people allowed the sex pest in. Do you know how bad of a look it is on TKO and WWE? It's a bad look. Oh, but sponsorships they may pull out. Remember Slim Jim pulled out 2 years ago?
Yeah.
And then they said, get Vince out and then we'll talk. Like if you're Ari Shapiro and you allow Vince to have talk with negotiations and bring him in as a merger, it was a quick sham sale. Well, sales usually take 1 or 2 years. It doesn't take a few months. Like, you knew something was off with the sale, and it was never about selling the company. You knew something was fishy. Like, if you're Ari Shapiro and you allow a sex fest to negotiate with you and you bring him in to your company, do you know how of a black eye that is on them and TKO and Endeavor and WWE? And I could probably count UFC too, because they own them too. Do you know how horrible of a look this is on them? If this is proven true in court? It's nothing but a PR nightmare, bro. And Ari and Shapiro proven true, this could be a liability on them. And it could ruin their image big. Not good. I'm hoping and praying this goes to trial at the end of the day. I really do. This cannot go to arbitration. This has to go to trial. No ands, ifs, or buts. And apparently his trial's in mid-June, and we'll definitely be paying attention to that for sure. But that is that for episode 24 Forbidden Podcast. Next week, back to Thursday for episode 25. We apologize for the whole echoing throughout the show. After the stream, got to go check my webcam. But hopefully you enjoyed the stream nonetheless. We had a good time, entertaining time. Adam Carl, any other words before we get out of here?
Well, hopefully you fix your microphone.
Yeah.
Definitely a unique episode of this podcast.
For sure.
Yeah. With the mic and all that, yeah. I hope everybody who watched had a fun time. I had a fun time.
I did too.
Let's keep the ball rolling.
Absolutely. And Backlash tomorrow in Tampa hopefully should be a good show. Minus the constant ads. I'm not expecting much. Hopefully it's a decent show tomorrow, but we'll see. But what should be decent is episode 25 next week. 25 episodes next week. Imagine that. It's crazy to think about.
It's fun.
But hit the like on the video, as Mitch said here in the chat. And here he's in the chat. He said, oh yeah. Yeah, hey guys, hit like and subscribe, everyone. As Mitch would say, hit the like video and subscribe to FioriousNation, especially if you're new watching this. Hit the bell for all notifications once you do subscribe to FioriousNation as well. Follow me on X at FioriNick579. Adam Carl at Adam Carl 2005 on X. Nicholas Fiore 31 on Facebook. Instagram Nicholas Fiore 2014. And TikTok at FioriousNation. We appreciate you showing up here, guys. You guys rock despite the technical difficulties. You guys are the best, and thank you so much for the continued love and support. Have a good rest of your Thursday, guys. And Adam Carl and I will see you next week. Thursday, May 7th. Back to Thursdays next week, May 7th, for episode 25 of Forbidden Podcast. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday, guys. We'll see you guys later.